need that sports encyclopedia. We West Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut.
What up, man? The real Coach JB. My main man, Big Smitty.
Are y'all ready for this?
Ground like something to prove it. Came to a conclusion that it's Smitty and JB and Smitty from West Coast to your side, worldwide, we in your city. Keep it 150, we never change what's happening. Hurdle link
In any metric, Coach, you cannot have Russell Wilson in your
Nick gave me my first offer. Like, you got to have that store and you got to be marketable.
Hockey, football, baseball, then basketball.
Oh, I love this fucking show so much, man. Are you mixing light and dark at 11 a.m.?
I'm elated that I can be able to coach, that I can be able to mentor these kids, and give them everything that I've learned over the last 20 years.
Get Smitty and Jason Brown, killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing, we switched it and filled the gap. Smitty and Jason Brown, we killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing, we switched it and filled the gap.
You are now tuned in to the Coach JB Show.
Hello? Can you hear me? Derek. Man, God, I hate this dang phone line, man. I'm sorry, JB. I spent all this dang money on this phone line, and the signal was horrible. I don't get it.
Guess what? All right, appreciate you. We got a new deal with Mint Mobile. I just saved your whole life in phone drama. Mint Mobile is now a new proud sponsor of the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty.
Stop playing.
Your problem's been solved.
We got a partnership with Mint Mobile? You talking about Ryan Reynolds, Mint Mobile? Stop playing right now. Hold on. Let me Google this real quick.
You can try mintmobile.com/CoachJB and get 3 months free when you use the promo code CoachJB.
Hey, man, I did a quick Google search real quick to make sure you wasn't playing around. They got plans as low as $15? They got plans for $30, unlimited everything. Speed, coverage, data, access to 5G, unlimited talk, text, mobile hotspots. You can talk in Mexico, talk in Canada, and they're built on the nation's largest 5G network. Are you kidding me, JB?
Hey, and everyone wants to know how hard it is to switch to your service. Big Wireless wants to think it's hard. They want you to think it's hard, Big Smitty, but switching to Mint is super easy thanks to digital eSIM cards, which most phones now have. You can sign up and activate immediately right on your phone from the comfort of your own home. Mint Mobile does it all. Short, fat, skinny, and tall. That's why the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty is proud new sponsor using promo code CoachJB. Try mintmobile.com. This is where it's at. We got it, Big Smitty.
And hold on, JB. I just read this. Last but not least, man. Hey, y'all, don't be duped by Big Wireless right now. I'm telling you, right now, Mint Mobile is through January 1st. You will receive an additional 3 months free, 90 days, 3 months free if you purchase a 3-month plan using our link below. So, hey, I'm switching over to Mint Mobile right now, JB. I'm done with this company I'm working with. They crazy. The line it never works. The signal is out, and it costs too much money. I'm going over to Mint Mobile, JB, and y'all should do the same.
Big Smitty, I'm calling you right now.
JB, Mint Mobile.
Mint Mobile, clear as day. I hear you clear. The new promo code Coach JB right here, 3 months free. Mint Mobile, try mintmobile.com/CoachJB and get you there free. 3 months off, family deals, all deals, short, fat, skinny, and tall. Mint does it all. Proud new sponsor. Much love. We'll see you later. Peace. What up? It's a Wild Thing type of Thursday. It's T-Rich Thursday, Trent Richardson Thursday. He'll be joining us. Big Matt will join us. Steve Kim. It's a loaded Thursday. Lot to discuss. Is Dak the MVP, the highest paid player? Draymond Green getting suspended? We're going to break all this down. But without further ado, let's bring in my main man. When he gets in here, because he's gone. Big Smitty's not even in the damn thing because his Boost Mobile is, I guess, fucked up. But It is T-Rich Thursday. We got a lot to discuss. Is Dak Prescott this year's MVP? Giannis took the ball and ran. Giannis took the ball and ran like he stole something. I've never seen a bigger bitch-ass move in my life. He gets into it with Halliburton. UFC star Colby Covington calls out LeBron. I think he called LeBron a bitch, if I'm not mistaken. Going to find that out. We're going to break that down. Colorado and Deion have the #1 transfer portal class in college football. Transfer portal class? Didn't even know that was a thing. Will Levis's ex is a gold digger. We're going to break that down. Draymond Green suspended indefinitely, as it should be, in my opinion. We're going to break that down as well. Clayton Kershaw says no call on the Doyers' return. We don't know about the Dodgers and his return. Big Ben Roethlisberger says Mike Tomlin has possibly allowed for the tradition to be taken from the organization. Big Ben talking shit about Mike Tomlin. Ohtani's new contract language is now released, and it says he can opt out if the Dodgers executives leave early. Some language nobody knew about. We're going to check into that. And the NFL Players Union rep, Troy Vincent, has come out and said the NFL officiating is a work in progress. I don't even know what to say about that. No shit, it's a work in progress. You don't have full-time referees. How about you make referees full-time and then you have no excuses? Then you can fire and hire guys and hold them accountable. We're going to break that down with Big Matt because you know Matt knows a lot about that, along with T. Rich. We got some BPS, some WPS, hell yeah, hell nah, some real talk or jaw-jacking, some top fives. We got it all. Short, fast, skinny, and tall. We're going to get into it. Let's see. I'm on TikTok. Pound the like. Hit the like. Subscribe. Become a member if you're not one. Make sure you understand Mint Mobile is the proud new sponsor of the Coach AB Show with Big Smitty. And let's see. And we got a lot going on. Let's start off with the quote of the day, though, brought to you by betonline.ag. Use the promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV. Get you 50% off plus welcome bonus. Quote of the day. The truth can hurt. Truth can be confronting. Truth doesn't change. And no lie will ever come from the truth. Woo. I don't know if you guys are ready for that this early in the morning. The truth can hurt. Truth can be confronting. Truth doesn't change, and no lie will ever come from the truth. Contrary to belief, brought to you by Prize Picks. Head on over there as well. If you want the outcome to be different, you will have to do something about it, contrary to belief. It's real simple. I don't think people really understand that that's a contrary to belief. If you want the outcome to be different, you will have to do something about it. There is no better way to sell a lie than to sprinkle it with truth. See, a lot of you fake cats on social media sprinkle lies with a little bit of truth, and all you motherfuckers believe it. Everybody out there believes the shit because a motherfucker sprinkled a lie with a little truth, and now everybody thinks it's real. No, it's 90% bullshit. You sprinkled it with a little flavorful truth, and now everybody's running around spreading false information. That is what the social media world is literally full of. But what do I know? If somebody changes their tone about you, it generally means that they have discovered or uncovered. Just remember, discovered or uncovered something, right? It means they uncovered a truth about your ass. And that's what generally means they've discovered. So it's something they don't want you to know about or deal with. That is just the truth of the matter. And that is contrary to belief you guys all need to know about. Poll question. I saw Alan already dropping some things. Is Dak the MVP? Is Dak Prescott the NFL MVP? I don't know if Dak's the MVP. I would say no right now. But I'm going to say no. I'm going to say he's not the MVP right now. But, you know, it is what it is. I don't think he is. That's just me. You going on McAfee show soon? TikTok. I don't know, dog. I don't book myself, homie. Why do people not ask the people that, like, that's like asking you if you're coming on my show. I don't know you. Why would I bring you on the show? You got to ask me. You got to ask the main source. You got to go ask him. I got to start out the show with a daily rant, and that morning rant is brought to you by AQMS. Make sure you hit up AQMS for all your moving needs. We got furniture movers, truck drivers, house movers. You want a car moved? Anything. Big Eric Weddle used AQMS, moved a car of his across the country. So he knows they're legit. You should know it's legit. AQMS, affordable quality moving and storage. Just call 1-888-233-3110, and that is JV's promo code. Direct line. If you want to move anything, check on out AQMS. Eddie Manyweather says I'm wrong. Dak Prescott's the MVP. Eddie, shut the fuck up. What has he done that's the MVP? He got waxed by somebody's probably ahead of him in the MVP race, the Niners and Brock Purdy. So there's one person he's behind because he got beat by fucking 40 by that guy. I still, after seeing Tyreek Hill get hurt, put out of the game the other day, I would say Tyreek Hill is more important to his team than Dak Prescott is to the Cowboys. Just keeping it real. Just keeping it real. Remember, Dak Prescott got hurt and missed games, Eddie. What was their record? Oh, Cooper Rush went what? 5-1, Eddie? Cooper Rush went 5-1 without Dak Prescott, Eddie. Remember that? Oh, you forgot about that? So Dak can get out of the game, miss 6 weeks, and their team really don't miss a beat. Tyreek Hill goes out in one half, and their team looks like shit. I hate to drop the truth on you, dog. I hate dropping the truth on Boost Mobile, Eddie, but it is what it is. Hey Eddie, you better go get Mint Mobile now. We got Mint Mobile now. So you better go get some Mint Mobile. Maybe your service will be better. You can start calling back again. No, I don't think Nick Mullins will play well. He'll do okay because there's no book on him, and he's going to come out. They're going to have to find old film on Nick Mullins, and he's going to come out. No. The quarterback play in the NFL is a joke, dog. We don't beat a dead horse every single day. Big Smitty's struggling. I don't know where he's at. His internet and everything. He's got Boost Mobile, not Mint Mobile. But once he gets to Mint Mobile, he'll be all right. Eddie, I'm not a hater on Dak Prescott, dog. I'm just telling you the truth. Your team doesn't lose when he doesn't play. Tyreek Hill does lose when he don't play. The Miami Dolphins do lose when he don't play. God damn, Eddie. Take off your cowboy goggles, dog. Eddie, we need to make Eddie Manyweather some cowboy goggles just for the show. We got to make some cowboy goggles just for the show. But let's start off with the morning rant, man. I gotta get into this real quick before I break down something. Before I break down the morning rant, let me go back. I want to go back before Smitty gets back in here. The LeBron James sitting down yesterday thing, we're going to break down that he sat during the national anthem and it's taken over the internet. To Smitty, when he was saying it wasn't a big deal, this is why I have a theory on why the younger folks in this country don't care as much as the older ones. And there's two theories I got, but I'm going to break down the one. Y'all that don't care about LeBron doing what he did when he walked in as a public face of America, basically, and he just sat down during the national anthem. He came in selectively during the national anthem. That's number one problem I find, because it's a slap in everybody's face that does care. So just don't show up during the anthem, right? B, let's be really clear. The younger generation that don't care about the national anthem, I haven't got to hear Steve Kim on Fearless. He'll come on later, but the younger generation that really just says, oh, it's no big deal, because they're not attached to anyone that fought a war. They're not attached to anyone that fought in a world war. My dad was in the Korean War. He was too old for Vietnam. My dad was in the Korean. My dad and my grandfather was in one. Like, people care about people that were attached to world wars. These young cats don't have no daddies. Not even have no daddies, but they don't have no daddies attached to no world war or any type of conflict. Let's be honest. These kids' daddies weren't even around in Desert Swarm when I was fucking in high school. 91. These cats' daddy wasn't even born then. So how do you expect these cats to care about a national anthem if their parents weren't even involved in a war? That's how I look at it, just to be honest. But the second part is, like, the slap in the face is the part that this dude makes billions of dollars in this country. Billions. He's a billionaire. Last time I checked. And Smitty eloquently said he's a billionaire. He don't care. We had to move on yesterday, but the bottom line is, yes, exactly. Then if you don't like it, leave. This country gave you $1 billion. You made you a billionaire. Did they not? Without this country, you're not a billionaire. Just throwing that out there. But nobody wants to break that down. Nobody wants to talk about that. But the young cats, boy. We already broke this down on yesterday, TikTok. We already broke it all down. What does he earn, motherfucker? He didn't earn shit. He's in the country, right? The country has allowed him to earn it, right? God damn. Motherfucker's crazy. Cool. All right, let's start with the daily rant. Smitty's trying to get his life together. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. Daily rant brought to you by AQMS. Here we go. Alan will have some insight on this more than I would, but the Texas quarterback, the backup, Malik Murphy, has entered the transfer portal. Malik Murphy has entered the transfer portal. Shocker, right? I'm not shocked about it, but every day something new comes out of this portal, and something more telling comes from the portal. Every day the portal has something new for us and interesting. Shout out to my boy, Coach Schulmeyer, the head coach at Iowa Western Community College in Iowa. They beat the shit out of East Mississippi. They are back-to-back JUCO national champions. Shout out to him and that staff. They beat East Mississippi bad last night. I didn't see the game, but I saw the score. I saw Alan posting about it. So JUCO, shout out in the room. Malik Murphy enters the portal. This is why, though. Does anyone know why? Has anyone heard his excuse why? Has anyone listened to what he said? He basically said, quote, I won't be a college football playoff backup. He won't be a college football playoff backup. Look, man, I don't know about anything other than what I know. And what I do know is this portal has allowed for the most selfish fucking shitbirds to show their true colors. And the bottom line is we are allowing it. We are allowing the most fundamental level of football, the most grounded, the level that you prepare boys into men for the NFL. We are allowing this selfish behavior to sprinkle throughout. Just like I said, you sprinkle some truth on some lies and y'all think it's true. It ain't. He played this year, and their team that he's helped win is now in the college football playoff, and he's entering the portal and will not play in a college football playoff. Now, my question to you, what is the difference? Because this is, in essence, a kid sitting out a playoff game, which I told you is coming down the pipe. I told you this is happening. I told you that this was going to be the next movement. And in essence, this is the movement. This is what's happening. This is it right here. This is the deal. Malik Murphy, who started 3 games, helped the team Texas stay above water, got into the playoff, and now look. He has gotten so out of hand. Now this cat, whom they may need this dude to win a national title, has just left Texas. What day is it? The 13th, which was yesterday. It's the 14th. They play in less than 2 weeks? And now their team, 2.5 weeks, their team is now strapped for a quarterback. Now Arch Manning, who is not ready, is going to have to get ready real quick. And I just think we're allowing we're allowing college football to implode in front of our very eyes. And all of you fanboys out here and fangirls all think that it's okay. Because as soon as a kid enters the portal, you fuckers are on Twitter. And guess what you're doing? He sure looked good in USC colors. He sure looked good in Washington colors. Here's all the fanboys from all their fucking teams they like. He sure looked good in, Clemson colors. He sure looked good in Florida State colors. How about you stop saying what he should look good in and say, why don't you stay put? That's the school you chose to go to, motherfucker. You're not good enough to start? You can't beat out Quinn Ewers? You can't beat out Arch Manning? You don't want to compete? You're going to go chase greener pastures? And then all the fanboys, he sure look good in UCLA. Like, come on, man. Miss me with all that shit. Social media runs the world right now, and y'all out there are help running it. And it ain't a good way. It ain't a good thing. I'm just telling you right now, it ain't a good thing. I'm going to be honest. It's not a good thing. Let's get the show started. Smitty going to hopefully pop in here and get his shit right. Dak Prescott is playing well. He's playing well. He is possibly, up for the MVP. He's up for the MVP. He's playing as good as you can get. A good ball right there. We got a little highlight clip of him. He's playing well. I mean, he's getting the ball out on time. He's getting it out on time. You can leave it in, Bailey. Leave it in a little bit. Leave it small, yeah. He's getting it out on time. That's a good ball on the run. Nice little highlight video Bailey made us. A little late, but, it is what it is, right? His receivers, Brandon Cooks, are starting to come around. A little quick RPO off the edge defender, throwing the rock on the flat. Empty again down in the red zone. Manipulates his feet. Throws a low ball out of the harm's way. Empty again. They free release the back. A lot of empty protection for Dak. On the run. Throws a good ball to CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb, I think, has almost 100 catches already, if I'm not mistaken. He's spreading the ball around. The Cowboys tight end, when they got rid of Dalton Schultz and let him go to Houston, they knew something because this tight end they got is really, really good. He's really good. I actually like he actually looks good in my opinion. Let me straighten my deal out here. I think that the tight end looks really good for the Cowboys, but that's just what I know. Ferguson, yeah. Look, Prescott's playing well. Dakota's playing well. But is he the MVP? I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far yet. Because we've seen this book before. We've seen this movie before. We have seen this story before. Dak Prescott has had other good seasons and then pissed down his leg. I got to ask you, how are you the MVP? How are you the MVP of a league? I want to be clear. How are you the MVP if you can never win a playoff game? He beat a 48-year-old Tampa Bay Buccaneers team led by 48-year-old Tom Brady last year in the first round. Yippee yay. And we all knew that Bucs team wasn't in for it for long. They were old, decrepit, and Tom Brady's O-line was horrific, and Tampa's defense was horrific, and there was no way. So he got a pass. Then he got beat because he threw a pick in a meaningful game versus the 49ers. Eddie, you forget about that. I said Cooper Rush would have won that playoff game for Dallas, but you forget about that. It's like premature ejaculation, Eddie. It's like when you premature ejaculate on yourself when you look at Dak Prescott videos, motherfucker. The bottom line is, we're giving him an MVP prematurely because we know he's going to choke in a meaningful game. I would put him in the top 5, but he is going to choke in a meaningful game, Eddie. He's going to choke, and I'm not so ready to get back and anoint him the MVP. Just going to be honest. I'm not going to put Lamar Jackson in the MVP. Steve Kim and I, Big Matt will join us. We're going to do a little breakdown of MVP top 5s. And I think Tyreek Hill has to be in the conversation, way up there. Brock Purdy has to be way up there in the conversation. I still think CMC should be in the mix. CJ Stroud, I still think should be in the conversation. But if he's hurt for 2 games in a row, then he will be out of the conversation. Let's just be honest. He's going to be out of the conversation. Caden said, if Kyler was healthy. Kyler who? You better not be talking about the mental fucking midget, Kyler. You better not talk about mental midget, Kyler. If you think Kyler Murray is in the MVP conversation, if he was healthy, get the fuck out of here. Who? Hudson? Who said that? God damn. Oh my goodness. Did you hear that, TikTok? He said the mental midget, Kyler Murray, would be in the conversation if he was healthy. See, I disagree with somebody said that Brock Purdy only throws screen passes. Listen, somebody broke down a Pat Mahomes versus Brock Purdy. He's a betting guy, and somebody sent it to me. Brock Purdy's actually dominating in dominating fashion over Dak Prescott, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and all other big-name $100 to $200 million quarterbacks this year in balls thrown past 15 yards. So Brock Purdy's throwing the football intermediately into the teeth of the coverage more than Patrick Mahomes, Dak Prescott, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, a bunch of other quarterbacks. He leads the league. He is number one. Brock Purdy is number one throwing the football over and into the teeth of the coverage. So having said that, is he the MVP? I don't know. I'm not ready to go there either. I do have a lot of film on Brock Purdy. I got a lot of film on all these guys. But I don't know. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. I do have I got some new film from the weekend. I got some Jets film to see the Mormon MILF hunter Zach Wilson. I also got some Lamar film. I got some film from the weekend, so we're gonna show a little bit later on. Can't wait to dive into that. Let's move on, because Dak Prescott is not my MVP. Can't wait to ask Steve Kim and Matt McChesney that. T. Rich will be joining us, or me, right now until Big Smitty gets his Boost Mobile fix. He'll be joining us here shortly, too, on this T. Rich Thursday. Pound the like button, subscribe, become a member if you're not one. Make sure you pound the like and subscribe and become a member. Big Smitty got his internet working. Like I said, he was in here and then the internet went out, so he's down. Internet is back up for Big Smitty. Nah. You're muted.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yo, what's going on, man? I'm sorry, y'all. Technical difficulties, man. How you doing, man? Big Smitty is here. JB, what's going on, my guy?
What up? We just I went on a rant to start the show talking about, I don't know if you got to hear it, but Texas backup quarterback Malik Murphy entered the transfer portal because he said he doesn't want to be a college football playoff backup. I started the show by saying this is a fucking selfish as shit. For that reason alone, you helped them get to the playoff. Now you're going to miss the playoff. You're going to miss the playoff. But what does JB know? I've been on a rant for the last few months saying that it's just a matter of time before kids start to miss college football playoff games. But y'all think 12 teams is better. And I'm like, you're just making it worse. You're only going to have 12 people missing playoff games now.
Right.
You there? You hear me?
Yeah, can you see me?
Yeah, they're just blurry as shit. So here's the thing. We started that off. Then I went in on a LeBron take because I got to talk to some people yesterday about that whole national anthem thing. I said the young people that are in the room that don't care, like yesterday we talked, you were like, nobody really cares. He's a billionaire. Here's the thing I didn't get to say yesterday, though, but I started with that, too. And I said, listen, he's a billionaire because of what this country has allowed him to do and earn. He's earned it, no question. But I think he's in a country that allowed for that earning to occur. I just think it's a smack in the face if you don't honor that country that has allowed you to make the billions of dollars. You and I both would be honoring whoever paid us or allowed us to make billions of dollars. And my point is, look, just don't be seen. Nobody would have gave a shit if you didn't come in there.
Right.
The other thing is, I think the younger generation, Smitty, like your generation and lower, I don't know how old your dad is, but like I found that a lot of younger cats that don't have fathers or grandfathers that were involved directly in a world war really have no attachment to the country as like someone like I do. Like my dad was in 2 wars. My grandpa was in World War I. My dad was in Korea. So a lot of these kids, I find these younger kids, especially the 20-year-olds and below, have no attachment to a world war. They don't have no brothers. And my brother's been in 2 bombing runs, 9/11 and in Desert Storm, fighter pilot, of course. My other brother's in the Marines. My dad was in the Army. So like, I think there's multiple facets to it. But again, I don't even know if I care as much as everyone does. But at the same time, it's a slap in our face too. And I'm like, don't be seen, dog. I get it. I get the hot dog vendors up there not standing. I get it. People are taking a piss. I get your point too. But at the same time, it's like, don't walk in, dog, because you walked in like if it was known. You wanted to be seen. And that's kind of the slap in the face that I got. But I started
to your point, Ron is
Texas quarterback Malik Murphy. What's your take on him entering the portal yesterday and saying, fuck Texas, fuck you guys, fuck my team? I don't care if we're in the playoff. I'm out. I'm telling you, it's going to happen more when you have 12 teams in.
No, I mean, I'm with you. I mean, there's a couple things there. Like, obviously, like, yeah, you're in the playoffs. You have a chance to win the Natty. So whether you're starting, whether you're the backup, whatever, like, let's finish the job at this point. Like, the goal at the end of the day is to win a national title, win a national championship. And you're on that squad. You have a chance to do that. Like, go try to win the Natty first at least. And then if you want to transfer after that, okay, do it that way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's kind of a letdown of your team for sure. A letdown of even like yourself. And like, because at the end of the day, I put myself as a high school guy, getting recruited, going to Ball State. Obviously, we've never had a chance to win a Natty, but our goal was to win a bowl game. So I'll compare it to winning a bowl game. So I can imagine myself, you know, at that level, getting a chance to play in a big time bowl game for Ball State. That would be the equivalent of a Natty. And then me just being like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and transfer. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, it's like, it's not like you're just a league. You're not playing because you're about to go to the league, or you're not playing because you're trying to, you know, protect your health. No, he's just leaving because he's ticked off and he doesn't want to be, you know, on the team no more because for whatever reason he has. You know what I'm saying? So I do actually agree with you on this. It's crazy to me, and I know you've talked about it before. You said, hey, starting next year, we're gonna see guys doing this in the conference championship
title game.
Yeah, Big Ten, SEC, and it's like
Ishmael right here. This cat, I bet you, is probably 22, 21.
Ishmael, yeah.
This is the issue I have. He said he's a scrub anyway. It don't matter. We get enough people saying that. Like, that's what we do now, because we got fanboys in different places. Now, Ishmael, let's say, I don't know what fan he is of, but let's say he's a USC fan. He's a scrub anyway. He could go. But then the fanboys of USC will be coming out and be like, he'll look good in Cardinal and gold. Or, you know what I'm saying? All the fanboys in these places want these guys to transfer and make a reason and make an excuse as to why they should leave that other school. Even in the middle of a college football playoff, you got all these fanboys at these other schools. Oh, he'll look good in North Carolina blue. He'll look good in Clemson. And then Ishmael of the world, the Ishmaels of the world are like, he's sorry anyway. See, that's not true. And we're making excuses as to why this kid is leaving. And you're not addressing the facts of it. The facts of it is he chose to go to this place. He signed with this place. He bled, cried, and like went through everything in that locker room with those guys to win and get into a playoff. And now he's leaving. Now he's just leaving. So, see, we're making excuses as we forgot Ishmael's 32. He's older than Big Smitty. Yep. So, again, that's why, Ishmael, any of you cats, I think you motherfuckers under like 40 got a problem, boy. So, anyway, we're making this, and I'm not even talking shit, Ishmael, on you look young. Black don't crap this motherfucker. So, the issue is Ishmael's not the only one. We got millions of people using that excuse. He's garbage. Right. He's shitty anyway. Like, that ain't about him being shitty or garbage, homie. It's about the fact that he just got up and left in the middle of a fucking playoff. That's equivalent to somebody leaving in the NFL playoffs, right?
Right. Nah, it is, man. Let me ask you this, JB, because maybe I just don't know. Is there
what if Clayton Kershaw said, fuck it, I'm out during the World Series and just said, I can't pitch, I'm out. I'm going home back to Texas.
It's crazy. Is there like a time frame when you have to enter the portal, or you just kind of enter whenever? Like, how's that work?
Because no, there really isn't. There's time frames to get picked up.
Okay.
See, these cats are trying, coaches are putting pressure on these kids by saying, well, you want to be here for spring ball, you got to be enrolled for January classes, right? That's number one. Really, it's a low life shot at innuendo on how to go approach these kids, because you want him so bad as a coach from the other school B that you're poaching him in school A while he's in a playoff run, because all you care about is your selfishness. You don't even care about this kid enough. This is why I would murder these fucking sorry ass recruiting coaches. I would murder him. I would murder these dudes in the recruiting world that try to go with that approach, because I'd be like, son, I want you to finish at Texas. I want you to finish what you started. Get your classes right. I would be selfish to recruit you right now during a college football playoff run. That would show me that I'm selfish and I only care about myself and my situation. I want you to win a playoff game, get a ring, get a natty. Then next year, since you're going to be back up to Quinn Ewers, then we'll bring you out here. We'll get you enrolled in late start, early semester courses. See, I'd have used that approach. And that's how I get the mama. That's how I get the daddy. That's how I get the auntie, whoever's making the call. But see, these motherfuckers, dog, the person that recruits that kid and is telling him to check in right now is already raised a red flag to me if I'm a parent. Because I'm like, this kid don't care about you, and he's going to take a new job, like we're all talking about. He's going to take a new job in the middle of the semester, and he only wants you for numbers. And if he don't care about you finishing your season, then why would he care about you finishing his season next year when this time comes around again? That's the problem, dog. It's the coaches and the grown-ups in the room who are allowing this shit and who are poaching these kids in stretch lines, shake lines after the game. Come on over here, dog. Holler at me. Like, to me, it's bitch made, man. It's absolute bottom feeding act. It's a bottom feeding act, how they approach it. And it's like, I couldn't even do it, dog. First of all, I lost you in the main recruiting war, meaning when you signed out of high school, I lost to Texas.
Right.
Texas and Sark beat me for Malik Murphy. I have secondhand embarrassment trying to poach you around the second time. I'm getting secondhand damaged goods. I would never, ever, ever go back to a quarterback I lost the first time and try to get him the second time. Nah, dog, you a side bitch, homie. You are a side chick in this game. Shout out to Chris Four. If you don't know who Chris Four is one of the leading coaches, resume writers, and builders in the country. Huge following on Twitter. Follow him, 8 Laces Consulting. If you don't follow him on Twitter, hey Bailey, if you can find Chris Four's Twitter and link it up on the bottom down here for him. All you coaches that are in this chat, a lot of coaches in here. If you guys want a resume builder or a better resume, a way to present yourself, cover letters and all, use Chris Four. He does it for coaches across the country. So make sure you guys follow Chris Four on Twitter. He's really well-versed in all this stuff as far as high school, college, junior college, all that stuff. So check it out. Chris Four does a hell of a job helping young coaches, old coaches, coaches alike in the profession.
Shout out to Chris.
Yeah, Smitty. I don't know. I don't know. Appreciate you guys, Chris. Appreciate you, Chris. I don't know where I'm at. I just couldn't take a second-handed quarterback if I lost him the first time. To me, it's a pride thing, and we all have egos in this profession. Coaches have the largest egos in any professional workplace, space, environment in the world. I'm just telling you right now. Chris Four on X, by the way, at Chris Four. So follow him on Twitter for all you coaches out there that need anything, any advice, any resume writing, any admin work, anything like that. Chris Four on Twitter is Chris Four, at Chris Four, F-O-R-E.
Real quick, JB, one last thing. So, I feel what you're saying, but also, what do you do if you're a coach and your current quarterback enters the portal? Your current quarterback is leaving next year, and you know they're leaving. You either you have no choice. Either I guess you could do it the old school way and go get a freshman high school guy and mold him, which is great, and that can still work. Or B, it's like you got this potential 4-star guy that's just in the portal and he wants to go to your school. It's kind of like, I feel you on the pride side, but it's also like, damn, like he's right there. Like it's so easy. It's like it's right there. Right? And he wants to come here.
Strategically recruit now, which is something I just couldn't do. Like, there's no way I'm going back in the game right now and coaching, and then I'm going to sit there and be like, all right, I have to make sure that this high school kid I'm recruiting listen to this crazy shit. He has to time out my senior leaving, or he's going to enter the portal. So in this case, Malik Murphy now has seen that Quinn Ewers is coming back. Arch Manning has played in games down the stretch. That's a political play. Arch Manning is nowhere near ready. I would play Malik Murphy over Arch Manning, and I think Sark would too, obviously. Hence, Malik Murphy started in games. So there's a reason. But you had to play Manning late to get him a little bit of reps. But Sark, also knowing the business in the game, guess why he was playing Arch Manning? Because he's already heard the rumblings of Malik Murphy leaving. So, fuck it. You want to leave? Go ahead. I'm going to play.
But it goes both ways, though, too. Like, yeah, he heard the rumblings, but then at the same time, it's like, by you playing Arch Manning, if I'm a quarterback on that team, I'm like, well, shit, it must be true. Like, you're going to, because of politics, because of the last name on the back, you're going to move Sark in front of me. So, like,
ain't no politics. You started Malik Murphy. Sark started Malik Murphy when Quinn Ewers went out. He didn't start Arch Manning.
He did.
Malik Murphy was the guy to start. He was going to continue to start if Quinn Ewers didn't come back. He was only playing Arch Manning. I've done this as a coach. He was only playing Arch Manning just because he hasn't played yet. He was
be real though, JB. Like, hypothetically, let's say Arch Manning just stayed there the whole time and Malik stayed there. You really think they're going to keep a Manning on the bench his whole career?
I'm gonna tell you, look, I've known Sark my whole life. Sark ain't gonna play Arch Manning if he's doo-doo.
Okay.
and I don't think he's that good.
Well, why'd they recruit him then if he's doo-doo?
Well, I mean, people miss all the time. People miss all the time in recruiting. It's not like we are 100% accurate on these evaluation stuff. Like, I think I'm a talent evaluator. I think that's my trait. I think what we call them personnel guys. I'm a personnel guy. I think I can find the Tank Dells that nobody else wanted, by the way. Nobody else wanted Tank Dell, by the way. Let's keep it real. JUCO's wanted him, obviously, because of how explosive he was and all that. But nobody wanted him really at the 4-year level because why? Oh, he's too small. He's too light. He's too little. He's injury prone, whatever it may be. Got him in that weight room in Indy. Got his ass beefed up a little bit already in just a year's time. Now he's up for fucking the rookie of the year. He was obviously, clearly, probably the best rookie in football. In the NFL.
Quarterback. Yeah.
Okay. Jermaine Johnson. He's too lean. He's doesn't have a work ethic. He has this. Grades are issue. He doesn't have this. Okay. Well, he's a first rounder. I said it on Netflix, by the way. So there's receipts are out there. I recruited NFL players. I didn't recruit D1 players. There's a big difference. Cats now think that they're recruiting D1 players. I was playing checkers, y'all playing chess. I'm recruiting NFL talent. You're recruiting D1. I recruited NFL guys to JUCO. I've done it my whole life. That's why I got 28 of them in the league. Jermaine Johnson may be a first Pro Bowler off that show this year.
He will be.
I think I'm a personnel guy. I think I would say I'm a personnel guy without tapping myself on the back. I think I'm known as a personnel guy when it comes. We're just talking recruiting right now. There's recruiters that will go get the obvious talent and can land them, all right? Okay, he's a good recruiter because he can get the obvious talent. Then there's personnel finders that understand there's a deeper part of this recruiting business. And I can go and find the kid that no one else understands what he can be. So Jason Pierre-Paul comes out as a tight end. I'm like, dog, that dude's an NFL DN. Nah, he's 6'6". He's a tight end, JB. No, he's not. Lonnie Johnson comes to us as a wideout. I say he's an NFL first-round corner. He's a second-round NFL first-round. He's a second-round corner. Sorry.
Right.
So doing those things is what I think is a finite determinant on finding the diamond in the rough. Those are what separates recruiters from elite talent evaluators. And that is what makes an NFL GM, NFL talent guy. See, that's what I would go. I'd go on the fucking, don't give me an NFL GM or a talent scout job, because cats would be like, damn, that dude in 3 years is the next fucking, and he was a 6th rounder. There's so many 2- and 3-star guys that are in high school that have come to be better in the NFL than the 5-star kid. That's fact. There's more 2-star guys in the NFL that are better than 5-star guys. It just is what it is. So like, you know, yeah, TJ. TJ, was that when you left? TJ in the chat played for me in high school, and then I took him with me as a GA to Garden City. So I took a USO with me, drove him in my car across the country to Kansas.
Damn.
Yeah. So when Sims was cussed us out, TJ, about certain things, and was like, we were complaining the whole staff about his hands and blah blah blah. I said, well, fuck, he's got good enough hands to play corner. He's 6'4". He is a NFL corner. And if he can't catch as good as you think, guess what he can do? Stop the guy that can catch better. And that's where it kind of happened. That's where we approached Lonnie about it, and he ended up taking it and moved on, and the rest is history. But we had him on the show. We talked about it on the show. So I don't know. That's just me. Big Smitty, we got Matt on. We got Steve Kim. We got T. Rich.
Loaded show, man.
So Giannis is in the news. He wanted to steal the game ball, and then he has an altercation with Halliburton after the game.
JB, I saw this.
Okay, here we go. Late. Him and Halliburton getting into it. He wanted the ball. Go get the fucking ball.
Hey, look. He tapped him. He pointed in his chest. That's disrespectful. When you touched it to another grown man, disrespect.
Then I don't know if you saw Carlisle's after press conference.
Yeah, Rick Carlisle. He said his GM got elbowed in the rib.
But Carlisle acted like he was about to cry.
Yeah, and Carlisle, he from the old school. He from your area. He played with the Celtics, I believe. He played he hooped back in the days. Like,
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what the NBA's turned into be, dog. It's like, it's bad.
It's going back. It's going back to what you like. It's going back to your area a small bit. A small bit. Not a lot. It's a small bit. People's arguing. They're not friends no more. They getting choked out. They getting elbowed, punched in the rib. Ain't that what you want, JB?
Like, but it ain't. That's not. But but we didn't talk about it. Coach Carlisle is up there crying about it.
They asked him a question, though. The media stopped. Y'all did talk about it. You didn't have Twitter and Facebook. You had newspapers. You had to go get the newspaper, open it up to page 3 of the sports section, and read. Rick Carlisle almost cried post game.
We weren't coaching. We weren't talking about the actual incident. We just talked about whatever it was that was going on. We didn't come out there and bitch and moan about the whole thing. We handled it internally, or handled it when you didn't see it. That's why the Malice and the Palace became so famous. That shit used to happen all the time, but we didn't talk about it.
Oh, not to that level. Not to that level.
Meaning the media talked about it, not us. I don't know, Big Smitty. I don't know what your thought is. He wanted the ball. I get it. It's no different than a quarterback throwing his 300th touchdown or 100th touchdown. But if Giannis is the best, like, we can argue he's the number 1 player in the NBA, right? We could argue it.
Yeah, for sure. You can argue it.
Like, you satisfied? Because you've already had Mitchell last year. Mitchell, we don't have him in the top 5 conversation. He had 71 last year for Cleveland.
Right.
Booker dropped 70 last year. I don't know if we'd have Booker in the top 5 conversation. Tatum, I think, had 61 and something, 64 something last year.
His teammate Dame dropped 60-some, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Either
So,
last year or 2 years ago.
I'm trying to figure out. It's a franchise record. I get it. But I'm trying to figure out. Of course, Eric DeRinch would defend a Milwaukee team. But I'm trying to figure out why this is such a big deal. Is he satisfied with 64? Because you got a long way to go to get, like, don't you want to catch, like, don't you want to score 80 or something? Because you got guys that we call mid, and I don't think Mitchell's mid. I think Mitchell's good, but we don't have him top 5. He had 71. So,
right.
I don't know. I guess mediocrity is the new.
It's not about comparing him to anybody else. He's comparing him to himself and comparing him to his current franchise where he plans on being for the entirety of his career. Like, that's something where, he either he can put that ball up and that could be worth some money in 20 years, or he can give it to his mom as a historical feat. Like, whatever he wants to do, that's his choice. But it's not about saying, but
it's not a historical
101 points, I passed Will Chamberlain. No, he got to do all that.
It's not a historical feat. That's my point.
For
it's
him, for his franchise, it is.
It's just an organizational thing.
That's still historical, though. Like, if you become the Bucks all-time scoring leader, that's still.
Hey, Mama, here's the Bucks. Here's the Bucks number 1 ball of all time at 64 points. my mama would be like,
it sounds crazy, but I mean, don't forget that.
My mama would be like, but damn, Kobe scored 81.
Don't forget Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, before he was played over there, and he won a ring with the Bucks. So don't act like he just one of the top 5 greatest players of all time was on that same franchise that you just broke a record with. So it's still a historical feat, and the whole thing was a misunderstanding. He wanted the ball because he broke the franchise record in scoring in the game. And then on the other side, the Pacers had a young guy, I think he's a rookie, who scored his first NBA basket. So what the Pacers always do is they always keep the game ball typically, and they end up giving it to the guy who scored his first point. So it was a big misunderstanding. The Pacers wasn't trying to be petty.
After the 70 ball, did he try to get that ball?
You said what?
Booker scored 70. I believe they lost for the Suns last year. Did he run after and try to get that ball?
I don't know if he already had the ball. I have no idea on that storyline, because he probably already got it. If I'm being real, it probably was no misunderstanding.
So why are they trying to keep the ball from this guy particularly? I thought they liked Giannis.
Again, based upon what Rick Carlisle said, they weren't trying to keep it from him. They just were giving it to their guy who scored his first points, allegedly. So what's going on, Matt, man? How you doing?
Good. What's up? Good morning.
What up, Matt? My condolences to you, brother. I hope everything's well, working out. We don't need to talk about it, but I know you're going through it. We'll skip Big Smitty. We'll skip this Colby Covington. We'll come back to it. Our next thing on the docket was a perfect segue for Big Matt to join us. Make sure you follow 0 to 60 podcast that's done every day. You back on it today after the show?
Yep.
Colorado and Dion have the number 1 transfer portal class in college football. Big Smitty, Big Matt. The most impressive part is a write-up. They said Coach Prime was only focused on one position group this week, the offensive line. Colorado landed 5 offensive linemen and a couple other offensive stars. So I think they only got 4 linemen, if I'm not mistaken, after doing a little research. They may have gotten more now, but the 5th one was a kid who apparently has lied several years in a row about getting offered from Colorado, who was a Jackson State kid, and he never did really get offered. So he's just a kid, I guess, is lying on social media. And then there was a graphic made of him going. That's the kid I was actually talking shit about. Remember I said,
I saw it, yeah.
That kid follows me on Twitter. And he retweeted that. And I'm like, what the fuck? So anyway, what is the latest news, Big Matt, that you know about on this Dion thing as far as alignment? Have they gotten any high school kids or anybody else that you know about, or just the portal kid in the one high school?
No, I've been talking to Load Hold all week. We actually been back and forth pretty consistently, which is good. The communication there is always important. I really like what they've done in the portal. I mean, look, the portal is what it is. We can all have our own personal feelings about it. I'm kind of burned out about the portal, but at the same time, it is a way to quick fix, hopefully. Getting Jordan Seaton is a massive get. I mean, he's the Orlando Pace, Walter Jones type. So, him early enrolling could suffice for his red shirt. And I'm sure that, when I say it's a grown man's game, he's a grown man. So I don't think he's going to have any problems acclimating, although playing as a freshman is different. So we'll see how all that goes. But I think the kid is elite. I mean, he's the number one player at his position for a reason. So bringing him in, and I'd imagine that he'll be your left tackle immediately. The Brown kid from Houston is 50-game starter. He can play. That's a huge get. The guard position last year was absolutely atrociously terrible in Boulder. So that has to happen so Shedeur can step up. He likes to hold the ball and make sure his guys can get open. But he needs a firm pocket to do that. So we need to be wide on the edges and firm in the middle. Losing Van Wells to Oregon State, it hurts. But at the same time, it is what it is. It's the nature of the business that we're in. So the other guys that they brought in, the big kid from Indiana, I understand 6'6", 340 looks appealing. I want to make sure that he's in shape. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's 6'6", 340. You better have some fast-ass feet. Otherwise, Smitty can attest to this. As a defensive lineman, both of us, I like big lumberers because that means I can just make you look dumb. Not saying that's what he is, but if you're 6'6", 340, you probably could lose 30 pounds and be a pretty fluid athlete at 6'6". So we'll see what happens with the big kid from Indiana. He's started a lot of games. He's got a lot of experience, which is what they need and what they've been lacking. Savion Washington will be coming back at right tackle, healthy, so that'll be a big upgrade just because last year he was banged up so bad and playing through injury at the end of the year. He had to play, and it didn't go well. And, again, he's a learning type, not a losing type. He's not going to sit around and just, cry and whine and bitch like all the people on social media and then the comment section. So I really like what they've been doing. The high school part of recruiting, it's kind of dead, bro. Like, if you're not super elite, you're not going. You can't even get a look because the transfer portal is eliminated. So it's not just wild. It's like almost the way that it's happening all over the country. I'm dumbfounded by it. Like, there are legitimate, like glorified, Power 5 Division I players who are going to go like 1AA. Because the coaches would rather take somebody else off of a scrap heap. And I'm not saying that everybody out of the transfer portal is a turd. I'm also not saying everybody in the transfer portal is any good. So you've got it's a case-by-case basis. And, I wish more programs were still trying to build the way that programs used to. But at the same time, it's just not the nature of the business anymore. So you got to play the game that's being played, and CU plays the shit out of it. I'll tell you that. I mean,
hey, Matt.
Coach Prime plays people like a fucking fiddle, and I'm excited about the future. I'm not going to
lie. In the portal talk, I know you started this segue off with you're kind of over the portal. I've been over it for 3 years, but let me ask you, Texas kid Malik Murphy, quarterback, backup, who started 3 games when Ewers got hurt. He has entered the portal and said that he will not be a college football playoff backup. I mean, I don't know if you can say anything that's more selfish, but this is what this mercenary business has become. This is what I've been saying for months, that we will have playoff sit-outs. That is why I'm actually against the 12-team playoff thing, because I think you're going to have more of this. What's your thoughts on Malik Murphy sitting out after he's played, after he's cried, after he's bled, with this group of people, getting him to a playoff Final Four team, and now you're saying I'm out? I'm not even going to play. He's not even going to play in the game. He's not even going to play in it.
He wasn't going to play anyway. He's the fucking third-string quarterback. I mean, what?
He's a backup.
Well, he didn't get him there. He didn't throw.
He won 3 games as a starter, bro.
He didn't get him. He didn't get him there. He's not the reason that they're in the Big 12 title game.
So if they lose one of those games he starts, are they in the playoff?
Probably not, but they didn't.
So that's my point. He helped them get there. So you're defending him. You think it's cool. He's out. Fuck it.
I'm defending him now. I'm
saying that's my question. You're okay with him leaving right now
don't care about the backup quarterback. If he doesn't want to play, then Arch Manning will play. Kick rocks, motherfucker. Like, if he wants to make it about him and be like, I'm not going to be a backup, then don't be a backup later. You don't want to be part of it.
That's the point. I'm just saying this is what we're allowing.
Part of it. Get out. Like, the backup quarterback doesn't want to be here, then later. Arch Manning's going to be the fucking guy anyway. So I don't know if yours is going to go pro or not. If I were him, I would come back, and he's
coming back
to be the number 1 pick next year. He's a good player. So
he's coming back.
If Murphy wants to be this guy, then cool. I mean, I'm not going to get all emotional over a fucking backup that doesn't want to be around later.
I feel you. I started the show saying, like, I'm not really emotional. I just think that, like, you got a chance to win the Natty, though. And it's like, damn, like, whether you're a backup or not, like, this is once in a lifetime type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
this stupid motherfucker doesn't understand that, like, what happens if Quinn gets hurt against Washington, and then all of a sudden you get a chance to go play and be the guy?
Come on, bro.
You've done all this work just to get to this point and just act like this, then okay, later. Like, the emotion part of all of this, like, I'm so burned out with everyone's emotions in football. Like, I can't wait till the off season, bro. I can't fucking wait. So people can, like, so I can just, like, take a break and not have to worry about, not even worry. It's listen to all this emotional garbage and the fans' emotional garbage and the contradictions and the hypocrisy and the fucking media and all these players and everybody's fucking feelings. I mean, it makes me want to throw up.
Let me ask you this, though, to dive deeper into this portal thing. Like, I started the show off with this rant, and I'm like, see, there's a difference between showing that you actually give a shit about these kids, because if you did, I started the show by giving a little recruiting game away. By saying I would have told the kid to stay at Texas if I'm the one trying to poach him out of the portal or put him in the portal, because you got to put him in the portal before you can poach him from the portal. The problem is, and what I'm being told by a lot of D1 guys are, these guys from other schools, let's say school B is the poacher. Well, they have to poach you to get you in the portal first. You can't just go from Texas to Colorado. You have to enter the portal first. So the poacher is, to me, the I guess the shady operator in this whole thing that starts in the shake lines after games. You and I have talked about, Matt, for a year now. Starts after the game in shake lines. It's even happening before the game in stretch lines. That person, to me, is someone that I would tell the moms of this kid, don't fuck with him. He don't care about you. If a coach is not telling you to finish the national championship run that you started, then he don't give a fuck about you. I'd be telling that kid, hey, dog, finish the season, and then check in with me. We'll get you some late start classes. We'll get you some late start. But, Matt, you're laughing because these cats have no clue about this. Like, the real average fanboy on Twitter that you and I face every day have not a fucking clue what we're even talking about. But yet they know more than us. Like, there's a thing called late start classes. You can still get them enrolled. You can still get them in spring ball. But guess what? These poachers are telling this kid and his mama, oh, we need you by spring. We need you by January to get you in class. We need you by spring ball. Blah, 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 blah. They don't really give a fuck about you, homie. They want you as a number. So I find that we allow it more than we coach it. And that is why this thing's getting out of control, to where Matt and I just despise it.
I mean, the tampering part of this is disgusting. It is disgusting. If the transfer portal wants to be open and they just want to have the Wild West, that's one thing. But the fact that, again, I'm going to reiterate this. I've got college coaches, rather than calling me talking about high school kids and how they can recruit them, they're calling me and asking me to call other kids on other rosters to see if they will leave to go play for them. And that's not my job. Crazy. It's not my job to do your dirty fucking shady work. Like, have one of your GAs call him, just because I have a relationship with the kid and I placed him somewhere and like I train him and help him. Now you want me to be dirty like you? I don't operate like that. And it's one of the reasons why I don't get along with so many people, is because I don't conform. I don't just sit here and I don't change my fucking my scales like a chameleon. I don't do that shit. I'm the same all the time. I can't change who I am depending on who I'm talking to left and right. So I feel like the entire transfer portal thing, the tampering part, is such a disgusting part of it, man. It makes, not only that, it's teaching the fucking kids the absolute worst in how to develop and how to like push through things. Just quit and somebody else will give you a bigger bag. And if he doesn't like you, then we'll go somewhere else. If he doesn't like you, we'll go somewhere else. You never have to overcome anything. There's no adversity. There's no nothing. And then in the transfer portal, guys go into the transfer portal and sit there and then start pointing fingers like they're the only ones sitting in the transfer portal. Like you weren't told, like you didn't tell them 50 times. If you go to the transfer portal, there's a high degree that you're probably going to sit in it. Be careful that you're not, doing this just for clout chasing. If you're the guy at a place, it might be better to stay at that place and develop rather than just jump. If you want to jump, that's your decision, but just be aware of what is actually happening. And I'm telling you, man, the coaches don't want to coach anymore. They're fed up and they don't want to be involved. I don't know how many guys I've talked to that absolutely hate their jobs, but it's the highest that I've ever heard. And on top of that, the players now, like high school kids are getting overlooked and underdeveloped, which means they're going to go to a low-level school where they're going to probably play pretty well just to go and sit in the transfer portal. Is this all just a big, like, I got to get to Power 5 D1 and play or my life isn't content? You know how many great players I know that are from 1AAs and D2s and D3s and, like, the non-group of 5 schools, guys who had to fucking, like, walk through hell to get to where they wanted to get to in the NFL or whatever, and they did it, and that's the reason why they're successful. Yep. So many small school guys that are successful because of the adversity they had to go through, not because they ran from it. And I don't, as a guy who develops and places talent, it's becoming, I'm going to say this again, I'm not going to, after the transfer portal cycle's done, I'm not doing this transfer portal shit anymore, dog. If you're a grad transfer and you graduate, somebody will pick you up at the transfer portal. Go. You don't need my help. But if you're
to answer this guy,
if you're a high school kid and you just got into the portal, or I just placed you in high school, and now you're 2 years in, 3 years into college, and now you want to go back into the portal, I'm not gonna do this anymore because it doesn't matter if you're good or not anymore. It's all numbers and backdoor handshakes and tampering, and it's dirty, and I don't like it.
Right.
Yeah, this John G guy says that he gets what I'm saying, but if staying past the portal closing will have him lose time learning a new system, he has to leave now. Homie, that's not my fucking issue. That's a you problem. That's a you problem. You're making excuses for dudes. Again, what Matt just said, we're tired of hearing them. That's a choice you have to make. Life's about choices, homie. Guess what the choice was? University of Texas. I signed to go there. That's your fucking problem, not mine. You're making excuses for these dudes to fucking leave, though, because they need to go learn a new system. Get the fuck out of here. That's a you problem. How about you make a better choice when you select the fucking school? It's like selecting a wife, homie. How about you do a better job?
Yeah, don't fuck that up.
I mean, I'm just saying. It's like, fuck.
Hey,
Matt, we got to dive into this thing because we both talk about this all the time. 2 things undefeated, pussy and new pussy. And Will Levis had a blonde dime piece at the draft. And then his status dropped during the draft. He goes to the second round and then she leaves him. So there's a lot going on. She got bombarded by DMs from random fans saying, you're a gold digger. You left him too early. Now Will Levis is the man. You fucking bid, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
So having said that, Des Bryant came out and said, hey, Will Levis, don't take this girl back.
Nope.
She wasted no time making herself the priority following your draft experience. So make sure she understands that.
Yeah.
Where you at with the gold digger?
First of all, this bitch's eyes are cocked like a pistol. All right, so that should have been your first fucking red flag. Look, this is how I feel about it. Did you see the Matt Adriza, the punter who just got off after 18 months of defending himself by some fucking bitch who was lying?
We talked about it yesterday. Yeah.
So look, I'm not saying that sexual assault and domestic violence doesn't happen, but you'd be really surprised on who it happens to. And how many men are victims of just gold digging fucking catfishers? And on top of the fact that there's a ton of men that are victims of domestic violence and shit too, that have absolutely no voice because they're men. And if you don't believe me, like, I'm sorry, but that's just true. I know what I'm talking about. I think that guys need to be extremely careful on the kind of women they let into their life. And then when you do get involved, you've got to be extremely honest about what the expectations are and who you are. Like, the most dudes don't want another mother. They want a partner. And most women want to mother guys rather than be their women. Like, most men have their shit together to the point where they don't need to hear what they're not doing well. They just need some love and some fucking steak and, you know, some fucking get right at the end of the day. And like, they need a friend that is also their chick, right? Well, most chicks want to be your mom, and they want to make sure everything's okay, and how do we fix everything, and blah, blah, and shit. That ain't what we're looking at. You can't fix everything. So the minute Will Levis hit adversity, this bitch left, and I wouldn't take her back either. Fuck her. Like, you don't just get to be around when it's nice, and then all of a sudden when it's hard, you want to come back. Fuck you. So, you know, like, look, man, I talk about this with the young men in my program all the time. Pussy's undefeated. And Lil Wayne says it constantly. And Mona Lisa, when he says pussy's got you out of character, you know what I'm about to say? Like, that shit is for real. And there's so many people that, like, will take you out of character and take you away from who you really are. So don't get it twisted. If your name didn't have NFL next to it, if you weren't big and sexy, if you weren't in the limelight, these bitches wouldn't be fucking with you. So you better, like, it's hard to find a real one in that regard too, because there's so many fakes, a bunch of handshakes from the fakes. That ain't just talking about dudes. If anything, it's talking about women. They're way more predatory. I don't know how many chicks are just out there looking for the dumbass dude who thinks that, oh, they're so pure and they haven't fucked 9 other guys that you know, and you know, they haven't been through. I know you're a rookie this year, and she likes you, but she was with the other D-line rookie last year trying to wipe him up. And when I say wipe up a dude, I ain't talking about dudes wiping up chicks. I'm talking about chicks wiping up dudes, because dudes are pretty, like, dudes actually want to find somebody they can trust, that they can roll with, a bad bitch that will always also roll with them. And then when they get sold this bag of goods, like, that's who they got associated with, and then it isn't like that, all of a sudden the dude's the bad guy. Like, let's be real here. If they're together, like, all through high school and shit, and dude goes to the NFL, cool. But if as a guy who met his ex-wife in the NFL, I'm 100% convinced that there's no way we would have ever talked to each other if I didn't have NFL next to my name.
Matt, real quick question. I'm glad you said that. My perfect next question. I want to ask you and T. Richardson specifically, since you guys played in the NFL. Like, how tough is it? And first of all, good morning, T. Rich. T. Rich Thursdays. How tough is it for you guys to, when you're in the NFL, when you're being a professional athlete, to actually trust any woman that you come across? Because like you just said, man, you never really know if they're there for the money, for you. I feel like if I was in the league, I would always have it in the back of my mind that, like, damn, man, like, she with me because of this bread. She don't like me for who I am. You know what I'm saying?
T?
It's tough, bro. It's nowhere around it, bro. Like, I don't know if you can really find your soulmate in the NFL. If you haven't been dating, like Matt said, if you haven't been dating that person before, the NFL, quote unquote, even before you came to man in college, for real, it's kind of hard to say that, you know, that's my soulmate. It's kind of hard to say that, right? And I look at stuff now on a different scale because I'm watching my daughter go through it. And I watched my daughter go through it on a different scale because when I was dating a mom, it wasn't like she didn't have a name either. Everybody know who the Fatus is. Everybody know who Rikishi and Yokozuna and The Rock and all, you know, they had their own name. You get what I'm saying? Like,
right.
But we was all raised together. So it's kind of crazy to see my daughter dating the linebacker that's committed to Alabama.
Right.
Happen to be name happened to be Quentin. And so, you know, even looking at all that, you know, I see different jealous sides of it on on his side. You get what I'm saying? Like some people don't want to release their child. Some people don't want to release, their kids growing up and going off to school, and they're very close to. And I see it, because I'm a guy. I went through it. I get all that. But from a parent side of it, man, it's scary because it's like, shit, my daughter you getting the clout off my daughter now. You get what I'm saying? Like, so I can imagine how,
right.
Rikishi them felt when I had to be in there all damn day and I couldn't move because I couldn't walk. And she was at school and I was holding a baby. And I see him come out the damn door, some of the most scared shit that you could ever see. A big ass Samoan wrestler coming out that door and come out every once blue moon. And he come down and sit down and he got this damn lava on. He said, Trent, let's have a talk. That's how he talk. Little Trent.
How you say it? Say it again.
Yeah.
Trent.
Little Trents, let's have a talk. Just be cool. Just be cool.
Come here, brother. Sit down. We'll talk.
Man, but it's crazy though, bro, because it's hard to find somebody that you can just really trust.
T-Rich, Matt, let me ask you something.
This fucking hellhole, social media and everything this cell phone is, this destroys so many relationships because of anxiety and
lives.
Just
man, I say this all the time.
Oh my God,
bro.
what are you looking at on social media? Like, it's the same thing I'd be looking at if I was sitting on the shitter reading Maxim magazine. I'm telling you, the insecurity of females, it's at an all-time high because everything online about the female, like if you're a female, you got to be gorgeous in order to have like an opinion. Like, name me one dog that's on TV. Name me one. I'm not trying to talk shit about your sexist asshole. Name me a dog.
How about an ESPN? How about any
name me one that looks awful?
There ain't.
There isn't. Like it's a precursor for the females in this business. And just
look,
think about,
man, I'm not bashing women. We're not here to bash women. All the women in the chat.
It goes full circle back to if it's just in this business, if that's the way it is. Look at it now, like worldwide for everything. It's like every single thing for a female is how they look first. And that, bro, if that's the way we had to operate, holy God in heaven, bro. I guarantee you we would all be batshit crazy anxious too.
Hey, Matt, how many small dick porn stars are fucking popular?
I'm none. I don't think there's any.
Exactly.
I'm not sure, JB. I'm actually not sure. I don't know.
What I'm saying? That goes full circle to Matt's point. Like, if you ain't hung like a horse.
I haven't studied the market, JB. I haven't studied.
You're not getting a job, though, if you ain't hung like a horse. Like, let's be honest. So if you're not a fine-ass female, you're probably not getting on TV either. Like, let's just keep it real. But here, I gotta ask both of you guys something. Why does the girl never? She always tells the dude at the Burger King drive-through window, "I'll never fuck with you. You broke." But you and I and Smitty, all of us here will take the girl working at Burger King tomorrow. Like, why is it never flipped? But why is it never? Well, first of all, a lot of bad bitches work at drive-through window. I'm taking a lot out of the drive-through. I'm taking a lot out of the drive-through, homie.
That's where you find the AEs.
Hell yeah, AE. Look,
that's them.
Hood rat. We used to call them hood rat. Hey, we used to call them hood rats, dog. We went through drive-throughs and bus stops to get us our hood rats.
In parking lots.
It's so crazy you say that, man. And I'm gonna go back to what Matt was just talking about. That internet, that social media. Like, I'm in Mexico, all these guys out there, like, they don't speak not nan bit of Spanish. And I'm like, bro, how y'all getting all these girls? I'm seeing them, get all these girls, different girls every night. All the blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, we just ask them what's their social media. We just hand them my phone. That's what because I'm like, how do y'all translate? And I just ask them what's their social media. Like, I just say Instagram, give me an instant. I'm like, bro, because I'm sitting there thinking about it, like, damn, my daughter gonna have to go through this. Like think about it. Back in the day, like you used to marry somebody or date somebody that went to your church or went to your school or that was down the street in the neighborhood. Now I can go see fucking
yeah.
Eliza from fucking Wisconsin, right?
IG model Brazil. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's so crazy.
The access today is wild. As soon as you go to Instagram and just scroll for 5 minutes, and that 5 minutes turns to a fucking hour because you didn't see ass and fuck. Let's be real.
You think about it. When is the most time men get on the phone? When they're in the bathroom.
In the bathroom taking the shit. Yes.
So you can be in there taking a 5 minute, 10 minute shit. Now you just sitting there like, damn.
Hey, Smitty, you're married.
The lady come knock on the door. Hey, what? You good? Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good.
But like the fact that like dudes have to still like, we have to like be like, oh my God, I'm looking at. Yeah, everyone's looking. The bitches are looking too. The chicks look more than the dudes because they want to see why. I love this one. Is that what you think is attractive? Nah, dude, I don't think that. Nah, she ain't hot at all. What kind of stupid fucking question is this?
Matt, the girls be knowing that the girls look good. The women be knowing the women look good. They be like, oh yeah, she look good. Yeah, we agree.
What is this? Yeah, you know she looks good. You ain't blind.
Right. And JB, yes, I am married, JB. I'm not blind, though. I'm married, but I'm not blind. I'm sorry. I love my wife.
But let's be real. If your girl or your wife watches this segment and then they're all pissed off at you, that's red flag.
Yep.
That's a fucking red flag. Why the fuck are you so anxious and fucking upset that we're having a conversation that has nothing to do with you on a radio show about the why things are the way they are? We're not fucking experts. I ain't no relationship expert. This is my opinion based on the question asked.
Some call me the relationship expert, Matt. You know why? Because I fucking believe them. I ain't staying with none of them. Shit. None of them.
That's not a relationship.
AE out. Hey,
I'm talking to Suge Knight one night, right?
Find rotating ass eaters.
Hey,
it's easy. You're talking to Suge Knight, Trent. What'd you say, Trent?
What the hell?
You don't know what an AE is, Keith?
Oh, but this is so new.
So Coach is an AE aficionado, which means he finds chicks that will eat his ass, and then
T Rich, stop playing.
Listen to what this.
So you go past the gooch.
I swear to God.
ain't no stop sign for JB. Keep going. You slap dick. Keep going.
Long as you ain't on. Hey, JB. Question is.
Get in there with your tongue.
Are you on all fours though?
No.
Oh, do you go on?
Hey, Trent. JB the most gangster motherfucker on sports television on TV.
He
be them over like this. You slap dick. Keep going. Look. Ah, there you go, motherfucker.
T Rich is crazy. Hey, T Rich, Hey, T Rich, I put my motherfucking feet on the couch ahead of her though. I'll tell you that. Like she be on her knees though. Shit, don't get it twisted.
How you doing, Jamie?
I put my feet up, homie.
You go legs up so she grabs the back of your knees.
Nah. She grabbed like
she grabbed the hips. She grabbed it.
It's all about like
low.
No. Like, I'm sitting down. So she got to find the way. You know what I'm saying?
And people don't realize like we're human. We're talking about stuff like this. Like we're human. People don't realize like we're human. We talk about stuff like this.
That's why it's the realest show. Cats don't want to talk about real life shit that happened. Like tonight, T-Rid's gonna have that happen, and he's gonna be thinking about the show. Like, damn, this motherfucker really on to some shit. This might be some next level shit. How many? Hey, Smitty, be real. You young. You had your dick sucked from the back?
I ain't had it from the. I ain't never had it like that. But
you know what I'm talking about, T-Rich. You know damn well, T-Rich. Getting your dick sucked from the back is one of the best things. So stop playing. Get your dick sucked from the back one day, Smitty.
All right, I'm gonna add to my list. I came on this show before and I said, and y'all gonna laugh. Maybe y'all don't. My nipples feel good. When my girl fuck with my nipples, that shit feel good. Call me soft, call me whatever. That shit feel good.
I find that way
more. Hold on. Time out.
Yeah. Hold on.
No. You gonna let a motherfucker push press your legs over your fucking over their shoulders and fucking clean your ass out with their tongue. But I like my nipples get kind of bite on them a little bit, put a little tongue on it, and I'm the problem.
Yeah.
See, but that's the thing. Like we can't really just talk about it. It just gotta happen. Like you can't.
T-Rich. T-Rich, you talk to a man about nipples. I got as real suspect.
You're the one getting your asshole licked by some random.
No, I'm talking about ass eating. You can't really just, you know what I'm saying? You can say, you can't really talk about it too much.
See, I do because I got players, T-Rich. I used to fuck with my players all the time when I was coaching them, and they'd be like, I got them in the chat right now. Hey, Alan, TJ, tell them the truth. This was 10, 12 years ago. I coached TJ. I used to tell these motherfuckers at practice, and they'd be like, "Yeah, coach, you gay, you homo, that homo, whatever." Now, 10 years later, they're like, "Damn, coach, you was for real. That shit is fire." I told you, motherfucking ass, but you don't want to listen. But never have the nipples played with, because I got an old saying, T-Rich: real G's don't wear titty and tongue rings. I don't fuck with it.
Hold on, but real G's get their booty hole played with.
Hell yeah, by a female, hell yeah.
You got the game all fucked up, JB.
Matt pause.
You got the rules. The real rule book. How the fuck is my pecs getting fucking messed with worse than you getting your ass ate? That makes zero sense.
Hey, nipples, men and nipples, dog. I don't fuck with it. I can't fuck with it. Hey, Matt, how feminine? A 300-pound motherfucker. Hey, girl, play my nipples. Hey,
Matt, that's why Matt ain't saying shit. Matt know what I'm talking about.
I'm not gonna say I don't like getting choked and bit.
Motherfucker said choked. That motherfucker took a whole nother thing. He said choked and bit.
And bit.
God damn. When Matt gets choked out, then we have to move on.
Matt said, I'm not going to say I don't like putting fucking harness around my neck and fucking putting the fucking ball and chain in my fucking mouth and tie it up. I'm not going to say I don't like that shit.
Woo! We took a left-hand turn, but it is what it is.
Turn left. Don't disrespect me. Fuck you.
Big Matt like
that. T-Rich, Smitty. T-Rich. That's white people shit like a motherfucker. White people shit.
That's a locker room, dude. That's all the thing. Oh, Jesus Christ. White people shit.
No.
Hey, we're about to be banned.
That's gonna cancel the hell out of us, y'all.
Hey, T-Rich, all this started with Will Levis's girl leaving him. This is how this all started. Will Levis's girl left him because his draft stock dropped. And then we just went to this. It's like, God damn. Hey, real quick, T-Rich and Matt, before Matt leaves, we got to ask you.
Yeah, I got to go real quick.
T-Rich choked out. I lost it.
Hey, speaking of being choked out, Big Ben Roethlisberger has come out and said, Mike Tomlin has allowed for the tradition to be taken from the organization. Do you guys believe that Big Ben calling out Mike Tomlin is big news? I know none of you heard me. So Big Ben called out Mike Tomlin and said, Big Ben said Mike Tomlin's lost fucking the team.
Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, boy. This is when Mike looks at Ben and goes, hey, Rapelessburger, shut the fuck up.
I can't stop laughing. I'm sorry, y'all. Hey, hold on. JB said, JB said, speaking of getting choked out.
I mean, Big Ben, shit. Big Ben got two of them, I guess. He got two accusations. T-Rich is like, what I wake up to. T-Rich, you in Mexico right now?
Say that again.
You in Mexico?
No. I'm at the house, man. I'm at the crib.
Oh, man.
Shit.
Woo. Yes.
0 to 60 podcast. 0 to 60 podcast. Moving on is on next on YouTube. Big Matt McChesney. Catch him at 10 a.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. Mountain to 9 a.m. Pacific.
By the way, can we get rid of time zones and motherfucking, like, not time zones, but can we get rid of daylight savings, please?
Daylight savings is the most ignorant thing ever
We
invented.
got to get rid of that shit.
Man.
It really is.
That stuff's so ignorant. It get dark here like at 4:00 now.
Hey, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I heard.
Yes, target.
Hey, both of you guys, real quick before you leave, Matt, I got to be honest. Troy Vincent has come out, Players Union rep and NFL PA, and has said the NFL officiating is a work in progress. I almost wanted to cuss his ass out. Here's my thing. How about you hire full-time fucking referees and not part-time lawyers that are referees, and maybe they wouldn't be a work in progress. You can actually fire them and hire them and hold them accountable. I know Matt's big on this topic. I know T-Rich, you got a take on it. What has happened with Troy Vincent, and then what has happened to the NFL officiating, because it's at all-time low?
Man, it gets out of hand. Like Troy, I like Troy, but Troy has always kind of been one of those guys that, you know, he's gonna do what he's been told to, right? And when it comes to the NFLPA, like we always kind of looked at Troy. And Matt, on my line, we always kind of looked at Troy sideways. Like
every time he came in and talked to the team, everybody in the room goes, "This motherfucker right here."
Yeah.
We don't trust them at all.
Yeah, that's nothing new. The referee shit. I agree with you. Like, you need to hire them full time. Like, you know what I'm saying, instead of them guys being part time. So they ask to be, you know, put to the stoner. Like, bro, like it's nowhere in hell that y'all making these soft ass calls and don't make the real calls. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing? And it's so sensitive now to where, like, I keep telling y'all, bro. Like, I keep saying this. By the time if my son don't go that far, hopefully they will. The time they get to the league is going to be females in there actually playing football, not kickers, like actually. And I'm not saying anything about the females, but we all know for 4 whole quarters or even a quarter, taking that pounding pause on somebody female. I hate that, bro. Smitty, you too, bro. Like, cheesing. I was making a point.
Yeah, I know. And then you said, "Pause."
Hey, we gotta move on. We gotta Big Matt. Follow Big Matt. Make sure you follow Matt's show after this 0 to 60 podcast. Make sure you follow Matt on everything.
We're gonna be pounding away all day.
Matt, you on tomorrow?
Yeah, fucking A. Why not? You know, what's the worst could happen?
Hey, Matt, keep your head up, man. Love you. Appreciate you. Hope all is well. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, today on the show, we're going to have the great Jeremy Bloom on this afternoon to talk all Buffs. So anybody out there that wants to yell at me for being a Buff fan still, you fucking pieces of shit, come on over at 2 p.m. It'll be fun. You want to talk about a pounding?
All right, Matt. We'll see you tomorrow.
Man, send him out the classroom, man.
Peace.
Later.
Well, I would have never passed messing around with Matt, bro.
I know. We got one legend to another. Steve Kim's dropping in. I always love to see Steve Kim and T-Rich talk about Alabama and demise. Hey, Miami fan in the house. Hey, Steve, I got to get both your takes since I didn't get T-Rich just jumped on. I got to ask you, Malik Murphy's transferring from Texas in the middle of a college football playoff. T-Rich, we've been talking about this. I said it's a matter of time before a cat transfers during the playoff, even though he's the backup. He started 3 games and won those games to get them into this playoff. To me, it's shitting on the rest of the team, shitting on the staff, shitting on everybody. And I'm just tripping on why we're allowing this to happen. Like, how are you allowing this to happen? And why would you even want to do this? And if I was recruiting him, I'd be telling him to finish at Texas. That's just further proof that this is a meat market and the kids are the pieces of meat. And until they figure this out, I just think we're allowing it instead of coaching it. And it's a bad look, an all-time bad look. And that's why I'm against the 12-team playoff, because I think you're going to see this at an all-time high as early as next year. So where are you guys at with this, Steve?
Well, I mean, I think the timing really hurts them, unfortunately, because especially at quarterback, you got to get your place where you're pretty much going to put your mark on saying, hey, I'm the number 1 quarterback. Unfortunately, I don't know if it was really an option for Malik to stick around, but this is what everyone asked for. Everyone wanted players to get paid, which is fine. And then you wanted player empowerment and player movement, but you put in no guardrails. What I would start doing and this would be a change, I would start making these letters of intent or the grant in aids all multiple years. I wouldn't just go year to year. I'd tie in the NIL to make it multiple years, where if you don't stay the duration of the contract, you don't get the money or you only get a part of it. And then number one, the other thing I would say is that if you're going to transfer more than once, or maybe transfer at all, you still got to sit out a year. Or you're just going to have anarchy. To me right now, I'm not even following college football. My view is signing day is next week, the early period. I'll focus in on that a little bit. And then here's the issue. Even after spring ball, you can still put yourself in the transfer portal. So even after the spring game, this happened to Miami last year with our quarterback basically extorting the program with Alabama calling. And Tyler Van Dyke stunk it out, and the fans hate him because not only did you not play well, you held a gun to the program. And if you do that, you better be good. But this is what they created, and I'm just telling you, I told one pretty big booster at Miami, if any player transfer from Miami before their 4 years, if I were you, I would never talk to them. They want a job. They want a recommendation. I'd be like this. Hey, what's up? Yeah, you want a recommendation or a job? Yeah, there's the problem. That last year that you played at that other school, call someone from there. Bye. That's it. You got to fight fire with fire. This is what it is now. It is what it is. Player empowerment. Yay.
Hey, Steve was using Mint Mobile. For everybody out there, make sure you subscribe to Mint Mobile and transfer over right now.
Got to be honest about it, though. But if you're a Hurricane for 4 or 5 years, you a dog, soldier. Anything for you. Need a little cash, a little help. But if you leave us, you leave us. That's life.
Hey, T-Rich, you're from one of the most prestigious programs in America under a most prestigious coach in Nick Saban, who always elevates his guys, not only in the NFL, but always gives guys jobs later and helps them out in the program. Is what Steve's saying something you believe in as far as, because that's kind of the Alabama way. I know that, Julio goes back and talks to the team and you talk to the team and all these different guys. And I don't think Nick Saban would bring a dude back after he leaves after a year. Would he?
Yeah, I don't see, I don't see that happening. But one thing about Nick, it's a different market now, right? Like, and like I said, I see both sides of it. That's even like he told the guy from LSU that was at Bama before, like, why you transfer? Like, you was gonna play more. You play more over here than you did over there. That you are over there. Like, letting them know, like, bro, you should have just stayed here. Like, what are you doing? No. But I think Bama just had somebody going to transfer portal, bro. Like, it's crazy. Y'all kids are in the middle of getting a national championship run. Like, that's why you can tell, like, this shit don't matter to them.
It don't matter, bro. It's no investment.
Like, it don't matter. Like, it's not the, I'm signing my life. I ain't gonna say my life. I'm signing my future over to yeah. Like, bro, like what is the commitment? Like, and what are you telling these NFL teams?
Hey, so yesterday, Steve, you're more abreast than I am. Apparently, a judge ordered that now second-time transfers can immediately play. That was signed in court yesterday. What's going on? Do you know anything more about that?
No, I just think it's going to create more anarchy. This is I just make it pro football now. Have multi-year contracts, no more year-to-year scholarships. Make people commit to each other.
That's what it is, Steve. DJU is going to go from Clemson ACC across the country to the Pacific Northwest to Oregon State, and now he's talking about going back to Florida State in the ACC. To me, sounds like NFL free agency, does it not?
No, it does, except NFL free agency, not everyone's a free agent after every year. That's the issue. There's a collective bargaining agreement that says, number one, you have to serve at least your rookie contract, which is either 4 or 5 years. And then you have restricted free agency. Then you have all this other stuff. But look, the college football got caught in a sense that they went from one extreme to another with nothing in between. And they did not put in the proper guardrails to kind of protect both parties, because it used to be really cutthroat where players could essentially get cut or they can get thrown off the team, and I didn't like that either. I just think if you promise a kid a free ride, you should at least give them the chance to finish out their eligibility or a chance to complete their education. But what's happening now, I don't know if it's sustainable because, you're not creating a bond. And I think a lot of fans are getting turned off by it. The games still matter. They still count. They're still going to generate a lot of money. But I think a lot of these players that just hop around thinking I'm just going to go to one program and suddenly go up the depth chart, I don't think that's true, because just because you went to Alabama as a backup, not sure that automatically makes you a starter at any other program. It's not that easy, because I've seen players get kind of lost in the mix, and now they have no ties. Who are their alumni ties? Who are their network of resources? You know, these kids do not think that this is a 40, 50-year decision, and it is.
But that's what people don't. That's what they don't think about, because they're young and they folks that came before them don't have any experience on this type of stuff. Like, they don't think about, you know, where's the ties going to be at? Where's going to be the guys that, you know, one day I'm gonna need a job. Like, people, like, when I was young and dumb, I didn't think I was gonna ever need a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like, that wasn't even on my mind, because it wasn't taught to me. Like, football was gonna be forever, and when I get done, you know, I'm gonna be able to have my own shit to where, you know, I'm gonna be paying folks, like, you know. And that's kind of how it's set up. Right. But it's like, you know, everybody don't have that luxury. Everybody don't have that. And everybody don't have the Jalen Hurts or the Joe Burrow stories. Like, it's 60% people left in that transfer portal who don't have a scholarship right now.
It's like 74%.
Yeah, 74. Like, everybody don't get signed. So when you hear these stories of the Jalen Hurts and Joe Burrows and the Jameis Williamsons, like, there's not the same as everybody else.
They're very
right?
few in between, yeah.
And what it do again, right? It fucks the HBCU, it fucks the smaller colleges, because
JUCO.
At the end of the day, the JUCOs, because at the end of the day, these guys are still not going to get the right representative, like to put out their, you know, film, to put out their, you know, and people say, you know, if you're a dog, they'll fire you. We get that. But these guys that's in these transfer portals are taken from these up and coming freshmen. And I tell my nephew all the time, like, bro, you got to do something crazy out there on the field now, because why would I get you and I can go get somebody else that's been coached by Nick Saban for a year or two, and you coming in young buck and not going to work your ass off? You know what I'm saying? Like, why?
T-Rich, there's nobody looking out for these players. Like, these kids, these coaches lie to these kids every day, talking about you're number one on our list for so many reasons, X, Y, and Z. Come on, man. Let's just be honest. That's why these players are transferring, because when they get to campus, they find out that the coaches lied and this is and this and that. The other side of it is, and I've had Carl Reed on the show for 247 Sports. He's like, JB, half of it too is the coaches are now pushing players out into the portal. And that's the other half of it. And he's like, there's a reason for it, though, as far as if you listen to Carl Reed and on 247, he talks about it all the time. But like last night's JUCO national championship game on ESPNU, Iowa Western, East Mississippi, two prominent powerhouses. We played them, you know, obviously when I was in JUCO and recruited against them. There's a D tackle for East Mississippi going apparently to LSU, but he's still tripping Bama this week. As like signing periods the 20th, early signing periods next week. Well, how are you committed to LSU? You still visiting Alabama? There's another kid going to Miami next week on a visit that was at Iowa Western, and now he's apparently not going now. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, what are we doing? We're so finicky.
That always happens, though. Even back guys would do that, though. They'll verbally commit somewhere, but they'll still kind of keep their options open at other schools.
Here's the thing, though. This is my point. The 20th is early signing period. 6 days from today. If you don't fucking know where you're going, dog, right now, 6 days away, then you don't know where you're going. And it's, to me, that's the problem. If a judge is ordering, you can do it twice. It's a matter of time before 3 times gets ordered. Like,
look, but to be fair to the players, there are times when players who are committed over the summer get pushed out because the class gets upgraded.
Usually it's a new staff, though. New staffs do that.
But let me just tell you something. Every year you hear of players that are the bottom end of that class make way for something leaner. I mean, they bring in better players, and they're kind of look to, hey, your scholarship, maybe you might be best kind of decommitting, and, you make an amicable split. But look, these players have to realize one thing. Most of you will not play football past the age of 27 or 28. Even if you are elite, you might get to the age of 30. So now that's one chapter of your life.
That's a big mic, too. That's a big mic.
Herman Edwards once said, guys, this is not a career for most of you. Even the guys that make the NFL, what this is an opportunity for you to get ahead in life and to be better than where you came from, but you got to work at it. But here's the other thing. And I've talked to someone that's in that Miami building. They said there are certain not parents, where if you use the word red shirt, you're out of the running. They don't even want to hear the word red shirt. And I go, really? He goes, Steve, we know there's certain kids that we bring up the word red shirt, we're off that list. So number one, there's no honesty in this process. And then the other thing is, and this ties into everything, a lot of these kids are under pressure to be NFL in 3 years. And I'm thinking to myself, first of all, most kids are not ready in 3 years after high school graduation to play in a man's league. They're not, especially if you're a lineman, maybe skill position players. But I know a couple players that redshirted and they look back and it's the greatest thing, Steve. I got to get a head start on my master's degree or my second degree at Miami. Because a lot of schools now, they actually want you to go to summer school. They actually want you there year round. And I know players that were there for 4 years, like Brad Kaya. Brad was there only for 3 years, but because he basically always stayed in school, he has 2 degrees from Miami now. And so, like, my point is to the players, do not let anyone tell you that the education is not important, because it is. If you actually exploit the system, you can use it for the rest of your life. It does matter.
Yeah, it just is. It's too many things going on. Like you're saying, like, okay, we're gonna tell you in a meeting, hey, if you redshirt, we can't come there. The other thing I'm being told by D1 coaches that are offering kids for 25 and 26, 2025 and 26, our number's $300,000. That's coming from a kid that's a 3-star receiver in high school.
Well,
is telling these schools my number's $300,000 for 2 years from now. How are you going to get a kid to commit? How are you going to commit to that kid? It just ain't going to happen. And Steve, to your point, the flip side of the coin is, though, like, you got what you just said, but you're also now got guys staying in college 7 years.
Well, get those bums out of here. Like,
but they're staying in college 7 years because they're making more money now than they would as an NFL rookie.
Well, that's the whole COVID thing, and now, honestly, get out. But here's the other thing, though. The NIL has been completely misused. The NIL used to be that if you were Trent Richardson on his way to doing big things, that every jersey with an Alabama logo and a number 3 that said Richardson in the back, Trent should get a piece of it. If T-Rich wanted to start his own line of merch, he should get a piece of it. If a local business in Tuscaloosa, hi, I'm T-Rich. If you want to buy a lemon, don't go there. Go to us. Trust us. I'm T-Rich. He gets a commercial locally. That's what NIL is for, name, image, and likeness, that if you are a popular, iconic player, you get to go out there and parlay your name. And Deion Sanders said this to his credit, because Deion's been very honest. I enjoy what Deion says about it. He says, now it's just pay for play. That's not what NIL was for.
Yeah,
that's the reality.
I know. It's not NIL. They should change the name.
Yeah, because even now, like when people sign a letter of intent, they say such and such signed a NIL deal to Alabama, whatever. Such
but it's
and
really
such.
Cadillac in Tuscaloosa. It really isn't Alabama, the university, because they're not paying. They're not paying out the university. The collective at Cadillac in Tuscaloosa is paying them.
Yeah.
Think about it. Caleb Williams, and Deion Sanders said this to Joel Klatt. He said Caleb Williams is one of 5 players in the whole country that really is worthy of an NIL. And he's actually on commercials, the Dr. Pepper. He's on local commercials in LA. And no matter what we think of Caleb, he's an iconic player. He came back after a Heisman season. So theoretically, everyone in the country knew him. Chris Webber and the Fab Five, we all knew them. UNLV in that era with Larry Johnson, we all knew them. People wore their gear. Johnny Manziel,
Tebow.
Young, those guys are NIL. Everyone else, I think, should get. I will say this, and Matt McChesney brings it up a lot. The college players have to get together and have a collective bargaining agreement where every single player on scholarships gets something more. Because let me just tell you something. If I am a lineman for Trent Richardson in that era, and you're getting $1 million or so, Trent, with the Trent's Tangerine rent-a-cars. No lemons here. Anyway, you're getting all that money because of our hard work up front. And Trent, if you don't take me out to dinner once a week at a steakhouse, there's going to be 5 plays a game. I'm like, okay, Trent, you're going to take us out to dinner? If you don't, ole, and you're going to get smashed. But because there's going to be a growing resentment in that locker room that this guy's getting $1 million and I'm getting 2 cents.
That's true, Steve. But at the same time, it's like, as a player, my goal is to go to the next level. So me allowing my quarterback to get hit looks bad on me. It's worse on me than it is on the player that's getting hit. So that's kind of like a lose-lose situation. Like, so and let's be real too. Players been getting big time money and big time bags for years. It just back in the days, it was under the table. So players, we know stories of guys having Hummers and big Trent. You ain't got to say nothing, but a lot of big time. We know a lot of big time players been getting these bags. So there's
Alabama has a great parking lot. A lot of talent in that parking lot. But here's the thing: Eric Dickerson wrote a book called "Watch My Smoke." I'm reading it right now, and Eric Dickerson said something really interesting because SMU had an NIL before there was an NIL. They're like the poster child. But they didn't do anything different than anyone else. But Eric said something really interesting and enlightening. He said, no. Everyone focuses in on the money that we got. Really should be the focus on the money, how little it was. Yeah. Eric Dickerson said, this is what I got every month from a prominent booster. The booster would come in with the brown paper bag, put it on his locker. It was $1,000 a month. He's actually underpaid. What Eric Dickerson meant to that university, that should have been another 0 in that bag.
Yeah.
So I thought it was more. Here's the issue. The NIL to me would be a lot better off if every deal was like the Utah thing where every player gets a car. Everyone on the team at least gets something as a baseline. And then if you're really popular, if you're an Eric Weddle level player, then you get to, enjoy the fruits of your individual success. But I wish more of the NIL was team-based, where everyone 1 through 85 gets something.
Well, and then this is what happened. You get people that post what they're making on NIL deals on social media. Like that's tacky, bro. Like, I don't know who these folks is around them. I don't know who these folks' parents is. Like, bro, like protect your kids.
Right.
Protect them. Like, that's just like all the stuff happened down at Colorado when they got their stuff stolen. I'm not saying that it should have happened, but I'm sitting there saying, like, bro, we gotta find a way. And I'm not saying don't wear this stuff, but we gotta find a way. Security, people, like, put the right people around them, whatever, to protect these boys, because it is a big target on them. It's a big target. Like
you are saying, don't wear the shit on Instagram Live and then go to the game.
Hey guys, I don't know if you remember. And Trent, I think you may have been playing at that point. North Carolina under Butch Davis was building a monster team around 2010 or 11. They had all sorts of guys, Bruce Carter, Sturdivant, Marvin Austin, and Butch was doing his usual job of building a great program. But you know why they got busted? Marvin Austin took a trip to, I think, Miami or New Orleans and started putting it on social media.
Yeah, on a boat trip. Marcel Dares was on that trip.
Right, and so that's like robbing a bank, and before you're leaving, taking off your gloves and putting your fingerprints all over the glass, and hey guys, thanks, and leaving. Was Trent Richardson on that trip on that ball? Yeah, I mean, so,
oh no, I wasn't on that one.
They say loose lips sink ships, and players have always been getting paid. I don't know if the money's as great as some people say, but they've been getting something. But the NIL is interesting. I personally believe this, Trent. I know your son's going to probably be going through the process. I would not just go to a school because of NIL. I'd actually ask my son, first of all, do you want to go to this particular school?
Yeah.
And then if he says yes, then we're going to make the best deal with that school. I think I don't want to make it that simple, but if it's your dream school, I'm not going to any other school just for $100,000 more a year. I got the rest of my life to make that up.
Yeah. Man, it's crazy you say that, because my mom, right, we was in a meeting with LSU on a home visit. You can get one home visit, and Coach Miles came down, and Coach Porter, and a couple of the other coaches. And so my mom said after the meeting, she said, "Well, Coach Saban, I can understand that y'all really like my son. Y'all really want to go there. We'll talk back with you, this and that." And the whole room got quiet like it is now. And I say, "Who, Mama?" Coach said, "I'm sorry, baby, Coach Miles, and this and that." And so we go outside, and Coach say, "I can see where you're gonna go." I said, but trust and believe. I'm gonna let you milk their ass for everything that you can. Like they coach said some real stuff. Like, oh, okay. Even if you don't think I'm going here, you're gonna make them fight and milk them for everything that they got. That's you can't do nothing but be real about that, right? But like you saying, man, like going through the process on, do you really want to go here? Is this something that really fits you? Like, I'm not gonna put my son in this situation. I'm not even gonna let him think that, hey, it's about the money, because I know, hey, this is gonna come if you do the right things. If you're big enough, I was just having a conversation with him last night. He's got invited to all these All-American games and all this other stuff, but he don't want to go by himself. He want to go, with his teammates. And I said, well, you got to realize, like, I know the type of person you are, but you're rare. You got to get used to, doing stuff by yourself and going, you're getting different opportunities because of your body at work, what you're doing on the field. Everybody's not doing what you're doing. And so when you go these trips, you can't just think about everybody. You got to start looking at yourself as, hey, this is how I'm starting to get recruited. I'm not going to say you're a business right now, but your recruiting process has already started. So teaching them that type of stuff, like, and I'm not telling you to be, greedy or be selfish, but you gotta, when people go out there and do the smoking stuff, you gotta get away from that. You're rare. Like you gotta do something different. And so, I kind of try to handle my child as a kid, but now I'm starting to have to talk to him a little bit different now, because you got different opportunities coming to you, and it's starting early, and it's scary because I want my child to be a child as long as he can be. You get what I'm saying?
Trent, yeah. I spoke, who did I talk to? One of the people, I don't name the name, but I actually think now with a college program, as you have a staff meeting, you have a board. Nowadays also, if I'm a head coach and I'm the coordinator, I would also say, guys, is this kid just coming here because of NIL? And if they say, well, I'd be like, that might be a hard pass, because you're going to have to re-recruit that kid every year. I'm just telling you, I actually think as a college football coach, and these guys get paid a lot of money, so I'm not trying to throw them a GoFundMe pity party. The natural expectation is if you're a Nick Saban, Mario Cristobal, Ryan Day, Mark Norvell, whoever, the natural expectation is, hey, we're going to lose 20 to 25 players every year and bringing that same amount to re-recruit back to our team, right? New guys. You now have to re-recruit 70 guys, basically. Because that promising redshirt sophomore that you spent 3 years developing, there's some other program. Hey, kid, we have an extra $100,000 for you. That's
crazy.
Kind of the reality of what's going on here now.
Hey,
that's crazy. Steve, I almost feel like, real quick, it's almost like you need to hire an additional coach on the staff.
Well, they do it now, though.
Specifically
Smitty,
on that.
Every coach, every program now has player personnel departments.
Gotcha.
Directly related to the portal. Miami has a guy. There's a guy. Yes, every program has it.
So you got somebody who's
different,
though. The portal, but you need somebody to keep the guys that
yes, they do.
I feel like both sides.
They absolutely do. Every program now that has the budget actually has a player personnel guy related to college transfers.
Yeah,
that actually happens. But I mean, T-Rich, it's amazing because now your son's going to go through the process. And I'm not saying your son, but there's a lot of kids now that when a coach comes in to visit, it's going to be like, well, coach, here's the thing. XYZ University offering $75,000. I get a car. Let's see. Our Uncle Ray gets a record label. Okay, we'll take care of that. Also, our grandma, she needs her flowers watered. That's probably another $25,000. That's what you're going through. I mean, let's just be very honest. That's a lot of the home visits now, probably.
Hey, but to your point, I made this payment. I've made this payment. Hold
on, JB. Who you paying over there?
Slow down.
I said, as far as payment, I've made this statement. I'm like, for the last 3 years, I said the NIL was created wrong and completely wrong. I said it should have been a D2 model. We should pay guys off their stars based on the years of their scholarship and what they earn. So if it's a 5-star T-Rich coming in, he needs to get 5-star money. It's a 4-star. And then that way you could split the scholarship dollars. Like D2 takes 36 scholarships, which they're allotted, and it turns them into 72 scholarships. So you can get more players, more financial aid to the institution, more seats, more butts in the seats, et cetera, which helps out academia. And I'm like, dog, people don't realize like you can do that at the 4-year level even better, even bigger, on a bigger scale. But you're not going to get 10 T Riches anymore like we used to be able to get when T Rich played. Now you can only get one T Rich because everyone else is trying to chase the same bag and go to another school. But you could split it up. But that's what we're arguing about right now in essence.
It's so much different now, I think, for these coaches. A good friend of mine, Claude Jones, he has 3 national title rings at Miami. He said when Jimmy Johnson visited him, it was a home visit. He went to Dillard High School, which is a really good high school even today. Produced a lot of college and NFL talent. So he's with Jimmy. Florida State's waiting to come in. Their time's almost up. And Claude's looking through a media guide, going through the depth chart. And he goes, well, Jimmy, you got 2 guards and a tackle. And Jimmy goes, Claude, I'm going to tell you something. Right? Anywhere you go, you're going to have to compete now. Now, if you don't compete at Miami, we're just going to send you home, so don't even worry about the depth chart. And that was it. And then, there's no ass kissing. And Joe Brodsky, the running back coach, was his recruiting coach. So they had 2 minutes to go. And he goes, all right, now, Claude, I'm going to tell you something. I know who's waiting out there. It was FSU. I know what they want to do to get you. I appreciate that. But you got 2 choices. And he goes, what's that, coach? He goes, you could win with us for the next 4 years or lose to us. Now, okay, Claude, good night. He just walked out the door. See, that's old school recruiting. That's what created it.
That's what I got, bro. Like when I was talking to Nick, and it came up that Lance Thompson was, he was leaving and he went to Tennessee with Lane. Lane had came in that year, right? And Lance was at Bama for all these years, and he was, with Coach Saban.
And Lance was one of the best recruiters.
Bro, he was mine. He brought in Julio, he brought in the BJ Scott, Mark Barron, he brought in all those number 1 heads.
I talked to Lance the other day.
Lance a dog, man. Look.
Lance is my boy, dog. He's come in. Well, shit, I tell you all kinds of stories. But go ahead.
Yeah. So when you're talking about, Coach Saban told me, first Julio called me out, right? He called me, oh man, I hear that you're gonna go somewhere. Well, take your ass down there. We're gonna whoop your ass every year. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you want to go. Is what he's telling me, right? So I go to, meet with Coach Saban. You're like, man, I can't promise you nothing but an opportunity. I ain't saying you're gonna play as a freshman. I ain't saying that you're gonna start. Everybody else promised me I was gonna start and play and this and other stuff, right? I can't promise you that. All them guys are full of shit. They're bullshitting you. I can promise you an opportunity and an education that you're gonna get, and your daughter, your kids, because I think I might have had 1 going on 2 at the time. Like your kids are gonna be set for the rest of their life. Woo. That's the only thing I can promise you. And I took that and ran with it, bro. Like, hey, he can't promise me a start. It's on you. Whatever you do, it's in your hands.
There's a great saying from a college position coach. Our job is to out-recruit you. It's the truth. Because that next cycle, they're trying to get someone better than you. And there's a reality that these players have to understand. For as much ass as they get kissed, once you get on campus, and I think it's changed because of the college portal, but Claude told me a story a year or 2 later. He's a redshirt freshman. He's at the training table, and a couple players are getting all bandaged up. So Jimmy came in to kind of come through. Claude said to Coach Johnson, hey, Coach, how you doing? And Jimmy just looks at him, and he was kind of joking, but he was serious. He said, Claude, I don't talk to injured players. He just walked out the door. See, that's what we need more of. That built character. That built men.
Steve, that's how it really is, though. Like the coaches, they do whatever it takes to get you there. But soon, workout number 1, whatever, it's like all that little nice shit is goodbye.
You don't make the club from the tub. It is a mindset.
Coach Bobby Williams. Coach Bobby Williams, you call him Angry Man. Coach Bobby Williams tell you straight, I treat everybody the same way. Like shit. I'm going to get down there. I'm going to choke your ass out. You don't do the right thing.
But, I mean, Trent, do you think that's possible now that if you have already invested, let's say $500,000 into a kid, right? And the kid's kind of wavering, going through it. Can you actually give them tough love knowing that, oh, God, we just put $500,000. We can't drive this kid off. He's already on the books for $500,000.
It's crazy, man. But I will say this, shoot, they make so much money. Shoot, it ain't like, it's almost like the NFL. You're another number to them, right? Like Bama was making $4 million at the gate before my freshman year. At the gate. That ain't talking about concession stands. And this is before we was winning. $4 million at the gate. Like they ain't talking about the 200,000 people that's not going in the game. That's out there on the quad. Like that ain't talking about all what they getting off all these, stores and these little scripts that's right there by the stadium. Like that ain't talking about none of that, right? That ain't talking about the concession stand, drinks, none of that. And so when you think about it, like they really got the power to be like, well, listen, all right, we're about to build on this. We'll get him out, we'll get somebody else in there. But I can see what you're talking about. Like you can't talk to these guys like that now, right? Because you got so much invested in them to where it's like, your time, your coaching, your plays, all that. Like it's so much invested in it. So if I yell at you the wrong way, you're gone.
I don't want those type of players on the team. No, I feel like a real player gonna respect. I'm like, as a player,
you got to.
Like,
how can you not respect that? Like, how can you not respect
you for being firm?
It starts in the household.
Talked about how after his freshman year didn't really work out well. Craig James was getting more of the carries. How he wanted to transfer, and his Aunt Viola, who was really his mother, she said, "Hey, Viola, come on, Mom, I want to go to Oklahoma, man. I like Barry Switzer." And basically, his mother, who was a tough old lady, said, "Eric, get the fuck out of here. You're sticking it out in Texas. I ain't going to your games in Oklahoma. I'm an old lady. Give it a shot. I don't want to hear this shit, okay?" And it worked out. I think players need – I am very suspicious, guys, of anyone that just transfers after 1 year. I get it. If you're pushed out, I understand. If you've already put in 3-4 years and you just want to get 1 year of actually playing, I get that too. But if you are that guy, especially if you're a highly rated player who after 1 year is just transferring because you couldn't break the 2 deep, I'm sorry. To me, that's a red flag, Coach. It is.
No, it is. Transitioning before you guys get out of here. I know you guys have been on here for a minute. Let me ask you guys something. Cam Newton made noise, basically saying everything that I say on this show for the last 3 years. So we know people watch the show. Anyway, basically he said that quarterback play are a bunch of managers, which I've been saying for fucking forever. But then Kimberly Martin on ESPN, I retweeted it, obviously, that blew up. I'm like, so let me get it straight. Kimberly Martin, who's never played football in her life, never played quarterback in her life, is now judging a guy that's an MVP in the NFL as to what he can say.
Heisman winner, national.
Heisman
come on, bro.
winner,
Super Bowl. Like
into a Super Bowl. Yeah, all that, right? I'm trying to figure out, where are we at with this? Like, this guy can't talk, but Kimberly can. It's unbelievable. I'm so fucking over that shit.
You know what that's like? That's like Trent giving an opinion on a running back, saying, I don't think – then a guy like me saying, "Oh, Trent, you're not Eric Dickerson or Gale Sayers or Emmitt Smith. Who are you to talk?" I mean, I actually disagree with some of the stuff Cam said specifically to that topic.
But he has the right to say it, right?
He has absolutely the right to say it. And here's the thing. In my role as a journalist, okay, I've learned to do the wisest thing I could tell any young writer or journalist: know what you don't know and learn how to defer, and once in a while shut the fuck up and learn. Seriously.
You said it right.
No, that's beautifully said, man. Now I'm with you. I saw it later in the day, JB. That's why I didn't really touch on it yesterday. But like, it's not only her. It was a few other people I've seen that on multiple networks. I'll leave it at that made some comments that I'm like, come on, man. You ain't never even sniffed the football field.
Well, here's the problem.
Let alone,
can we be honest? Her being a female gave her protection. Because if it was a goofy white guy or me, people would be all over us, as they should be, if we're that dismissive. But because it's Kimberly Martin, you don't want the misogyny. You don't want any of that sexist. And so that she's kind of a protected class. But Trent, how much do you get of that? That if you'll make a comment about a running back, but because you did end up being Emmitt Smith, people say, "Well, who are you to talk?" And I'm thinking, well, I kind of played the game at a high level,
Man, I mean, you get it from all ends. Like messing with this little league stuff, right? I step back because I'm not going to go back and forth with a coach parent that to think that he knows more than what I know about the game, right? And I step back from it, and it's crazy because like you see this stuff so much to where we're so blind to it, to where we make this shit okay that the players that actually played the game don't have any say so far as who's getting in these all-star games, who's at the Heisman Awards, Who's voting on it? Like, we don't have any say so with that. And we actually been in this fight, this dog fight, but somebody that's wearing a suit and tie or, you know, a bunny at night can sit there and not saying anything about women, but you never played the sport. That's like us saying something about, you know, oh, well, this is what happened in pregnancy. This is what you do. This is what's how it's supposed to feel. We will never know that. Like,
I thought men could get pregnant. Anyway, go ahead, keep going, Trent.
Man, that science stuff is outrageous, not right?
Right. You know what you should do? And I gave this advice to Tim Bradley. He was on our show this week with Mario Lopez, because Tim gets into it with a lot of young fighters who don't like his critiques on ESPN. And Tim's a pretty humble guy, as are you, Trent. So this is what you need to do, Trent. You need to have like a upload, I'm sure, on your phone of all your highlights, and then bring out your national title ring and then wear them. So then if anyone gets on your case, and again, be humble and as classy as possible. Just say, hey, kid, take this. Here's some Windex. Shine that. And then after that, watch this. Now, once you're done with that, be a little bit more respectful, and please ask me whatever you want. But till you do this, STFU. But do it humbly, but do it with class, Trent.
But even with that, like, I shouldn't even have to go that far. You know what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't have to. I was talking to the young fella. And they was trying to send the quarterback at the game. They was trying to send TJ and our best defensive end at the quarterback the day before the game, saying that, he need to get more tougher and all. But first of all, nobody hit the quarterback at all. That should never happen. Well, he need to get tougher, this and that. The day before the game, you're going to send our strongest and fastest guy at him. You're going to send our other guy that's, play dirty regardless. So you're going to do that and think that this guy's going to come out and ball out in a game. He's not even going to make it to the game. I had to stop it, bro. Like, and I'm one of the guys who, let the coaches do what they want to do. But when I see you doing something to a child and it's not right, and you're doing it to make a point, like, I gotta stop that, bro. Like, hold on, man. What are we doing here? The day before the biggest game of the season, the game that he balled out, he's throwing all those bombs to TJ, right? The highlights we put up. And you're gonna send TJ at him. My son damn near 5'8" right now. You know what I'm saying? He's 150, muscle solid, black and Samoan. Like, you're gonna do that to a kid like that? Like, and then you got our other sharpshooter, like, he's on the other side of him, and we got our whole starting line on defense right now. We're going over a drill, and it's just like, bro, like, you like some of this stuff. And the dude go and say, well, I say, well, I'm the only one. He said, what? You're not the only one to play football. I said, listen, you want to think about it? I would never had to, put my status out there. You told me yourself that you used to wear my jersey. You want to be me. This is that. I would never have to stun on you like that, because first of all, it's not even the right place. You're not even the right person to go back and forth with what I have done and what I can still do. I said, listen, I'm sitting there telling you that I'm the only one thinking. Yeah, I'm sitting there telling you that I'm the only one thinking logical out here, because what you don't realize, if you're in a real NFL or college setting, nobody ever touched the quarterback and you're getting your ass whooped or you're getting your ass cut. Bye.
Red jersey.
Trent, that's like someone playing chopsticks on the piano telling you that they're Beethoven. I'm giving that. Jeez. So,
hey, real quick before you get out of here, Steve, the best landing spot, best fit for Dante Moore.
Any school that is willing to redshirt him. He was not ready to play. And by the way, a lot of the reason why Chip Kelly had to play him was NIL pressure. Let's be honest. And as soon as they understood, if you take away his RPO game, because he's really good at the RPO, the one thing about Dante, he's a one read, one side of the field guy. He's not ready to play. That's why when Miami fans were talking Dante Moore, I'm thinking, is he ready to play in 2 years?
But did the year get him ready, though? Does he need to redshirt?
That's my question. Yeah.
Yes, I think he should, for his own good. Yes. Because he should have redshirted this year.
They'll never do it anymore. There's no more redshirt.
You know what? Then the best landing spot, I guess, Michigan, because maybe J.J. McCarthy leaves. He's a Michigan guy. He's from Detroit. And they have a strong running game that they can run a lot of play action and waggle stuff off of. So I would say Michigan makes the most sense.
Hell yeah or hell no, Cam Ward going to Miami is the best fit for the Hurricanes?
Well, it's the best fit for me, because I think we need a quarterback. So either him or Will Howard, but Cam Montgomery Ward, yes, because he gives us the +1 and he throws well and he's mobile. he can make us a really good team. Hopefully.
Is Bama sticking with Milroe? Is Bama sticking with Milroe? T-Rich, are you happy with Milroe? Is he the guy to get you over the hump next year? I mean, over the hump, you're already in the playoff, but I mean, are they a team is he a guy that's sustainable, I guess?
Well, if you win the championship and, you don't took these guys to the playoffs, got them out of plenty of shitty situations, right? And I'm sitting there thinking about the season, right, as it goes on. Even the Auburn game, people say, that was a close game, but we had 2 touchdowns called back. Like, even the Texas game, we don't have these 2 touchdowns called back. We win, right? Like the games that's been dog fights, we still have had all these, and it's not his fault. Like, and a lot of his passes has been dropped too, or a lot of these players, that's why he's throwing interceptions are not getting open. So it's kind of like, the Greg McElroy in the AJ McCarron situation, or the me and Mark situation, right? Like, Mark got hurt in the beginning of the year, his last year in school, and I was started, and I went off. I think I had like 6 touchdowns in 2 games, and against San Diego State and Penn State, I was all over Sports Illustrated, all this other stuff. But when Mark came back, coach sat me down and said, "Hey, he sat both of us down like, hey, Mark's going to start this week. He's coming back," and I gotta respect that because first of all,
fuck, I just told. See the sign? Oh, my bad.
I thought you were calling me a slap dick.
No, but Jalen Milrose has gotten better. I think heading into the next year, Jalen Milrose, if he could just become better at the intermediate pass. And look, there's not great talent at wide receiver at Bama like there was 3 years ago. I think he's done a great job of actually guiding that offense. Without him, that's a 4-loss team. Bottom line.
Hey, let me ask you guys real quick.
Milrose to be questioned.
I'm getting a new T-shirt before I let you go.
Before I let you go.
Fucking Amazon just fucking knocked on my door and fucked my dogs all up. Hey, Oklahoma's lost the entire starting line to the portal. How is that even fathomable? Like, what is the issue? Like, that is not just one coaching issue to me, because I'm seeing it. A&M's lost 4 D linemen. Like, 5 O linemen left Oklahoma, dog.
Yeah.
Their whole line's gone. How the
they have a great coach, Beatonball? Isn't he a great O-line coach?
Yeah, he's one of the best. He's one of the best there is.
Look, that's NIL.
Is he too hard on him? Is he too hard on kids now? Like, what's going on, dog? Like, this is the best O-line coach in college football, in my opinion. I've known Beatonball a long time. I'm trying to figure out what is going on. He coaches them hard now. I'm trying to figure out. It has to be that.
These guys got to sign like contracts.
Also NIL. I heard one of them guys, the freshman All-American. It's an NIL deal, and I'm like, good Lord. It is what it is. Until you put in guardrails, this is going to continue to happen. Guys, I got to get going. I got to get ready for a Whitlock.
All right. Hey, Steve.
See you, Rich. Good seeing you, brother.
Maybe we'll do some Palooza.
Yes,
all right. We'll talk.
Later. T-Rich, man, we appreciate you coming on as always. You've been on an hour already. Shit, man. I know you got a lot going on. Did you guys win or lose? Did you guys win or what?
Hold on. Say that again now. Your phone went out.
Did you guys win?
Oh, man, bro, we was winning. So this is what happened. The last day before our game for the championships and all this other stuff, right? They canceled the tournament.
What?
Yeah, they canceled the tournament because a lot of folks was out there fighting. Somebody bashing windows in. They got into it, bro. And this is a national, like the last hoorah, like the national tournament. Your boy went off, bro. I'm talking about he holding people up, trying to strip it with the other hand, boom,
Oh,
boom,
wait,
all this
you
other
guys were
stuff.
playing?
Nah, yeah, we was playing. It's more than one day, and so you got. So I think, well, it happened like this. Like Thursday, we supposed to have the first bye. We didn't have the bye, so we had to play on Thursday, and I wasn't there. I was, taking Talia to the game and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, a boyfriend had 3 forced fumbles. He went off. The little QB went off, right? But they still lost. But they played a hell of a game. He earned himself some brownie points with his recruiting coordinator. But I rushed down to that game, to their game, get there second half, they're balling out and all this other stuff. So they got a day off. And so in between that day off, the teams that lost had to play again, to fight for third or, the fourth, whatever. They had to fight for that. And so in between that, whoever was out there fighting caused them to shut down the rest of the tournament. Like, so it's not crown a champion. So it's like, well, all these people that, you know, spent money to get down to this and that, you know, what do we do and all this other stuff? Well, really, everybody played a 2-game schedule. Like, everybody had a 2-game, you know, they got to guarantee 2 games. So it's kind of like you can't blame them, but at the same time, too, like it was 80 people who went to jail that was connected to that tournament.
80?
Bro, 80. And that was like the second or the first day. Like even the first day, bro, they pulled one of my guys over, driving while black. Like, seriously. No, they asked my guy, you know, what are you doing here? This and that. He was at the football tournament, blase. You know, he said, officer, can I ask you why you pulled me over? He said, you swerved, not really nothing. You swerved a little bit. And so next thing you know, they come with the dogs. They stripped the man, rent a car down. They did all this other stuff. Then they took him to jail because they said resisted arrest without any violence, because he told them like he didn't feel comfortable getting out the car. And so in the state of Florida, if they tell you got the car, you got to get out the damn car. So crazy. Coming from Bama, he don't know this stuff. Like he's a Mason, Q, you know, he's got all these credentials, and you know that these folks like, oh, I think you're trying to talk over me now. You get what I'm saying? But they arrested this man and kept him in there until after our next game. And it was crazy because the damn judge yelled at him, oh, I done seen 6 other guys like you who didn't get any, you know, didn't do anything. And so he thinking this head like, bro, I don't want to hear that shit. And they done pushed, and they done, you know, his court day supposed to be that Monday, this Monday. Now they done pushed it back to February. It's crazy, bro. Like, he got to go through this stuff here.
Warner, dog. Youth Pop Warner, I'm telling you, is got to be the worst level right now.
It's crazy, man. Like, in Panama City, you don't know nobody there. You know, you in these, you know, when you come out the backwoods, you know, you got the beach area, but really the whole time you're in the backwoods. And bro, it's crazy, bro. Like I'm not disappointed in the tournament. I'm disappointed in stuff that happened around the tournament that weekend.
No doubt.
That's
before you leave, real quick, I gotta ask you, Draymond Green, you cool with him being suspended indefinitely or not?
Oh, it's indefinitely?
Indefinitely. No time frame. It's until they say something. Until they feel like he got to come back.
That's crazy. I feel like that what he did, that was even crazy, right? But I, you know, shit, that's the old Dennis Rodman type shit, you know, Detroit, you know, Piston play. Like Rasheed Wallace said, like he's like that because of us. Like he was in that locker room with us. He used to always be there. And so with that, like I see both sides of it, but indefinitely, bro. That's a little.
I like it. I ain't gonna lie. And I've been a Draymond fan supporter for a long ass time. I always have his back. I'm like, you need that in the locker room. But these last few things is like, bro, you like it was uncalled for. Nothing happened. Nothing fucking happened for you to do a full 360 and swing on somebody. Okay, the choke. You choke Rudy Gobert. Okay, I'm not as mad about that because all right, you're defending your teammate. It still look a little wild though, but you're defending your teammate. Before that, you opposite of defending your teammate, you punch your own teammate and knock his ass out. It's just like, bro, he's done. But you can go to the argument. 25 months, like what the hell?
But
like,
you can go to the argument of what happened to the Hack'em Shaq shit, right? Like what happened to the, you know, when Jordan and Tony Kukoc was getting it. Tony Kukoc was getting into it, right? Like what happened to those?
That situations? Was like early 90s, like. Times have changed. I think like it is what it is. Times ain't like that. And again, I don't mind a hard foul. Hacking Shaq is you're just fouling Shaq hard because you can't stop him. You want to send him to the free throw line. This right, what Draymond did the other day, bro. Like that's not a natural move. And he claims I was flailing, I was flopping, I'm flailing. That's not how you flop, motherfucker. You don't do no 360-degree spin and backslap somebody. Like
here's the thing about it. Like I think. Everyone's talking about it ain't basketball anymore. Well, it wasn't basketball. We're saying it's not basketball because of the society we're in. It wasn't basketball when Bird and them were doing it either. We liked it. We weren't soft in society. So, you know, it is what it is. But I don't know. Big Smitty over here just eating fucking sandwiches and shit. T-Rich. T-Rich.
I blow my nose. I want to do it on the air. You know, feel me?
Hey, T-Rich getting called. He's appreciate T Rich for joining us. He was in here for about an hour.
It's been loaded, boy. Back to back.
Real quick, Big Smitty, before you got on, we were going to talk about this LeBron thing real quick, but this MMA guy, you know him, I don't know him. I was going to ask Steve, but I forgot. This
America
guy
so much, and you don't like this country that gave you $1 billion, leave it or come deal with me. You go to China, go to these sweatshops that you employ all these laborers and use these women and pay them pennies on the dollar to make your millions. Fuck you, LeBron James. You're a coward. You're a spineless coward, and you're a bitch.
Look like that long name. He didn't know his name. Where you at with this cat?
He's irrelevant. I don't really respect him. Only because if you know him, like your opinion is your opinion. That's cool. But he does everything for clout. Everything he does is for clout. He always tries to call out big name people who are bigger than him, better than him, and what they do than what he does, and try to capitalize upon another man's name. This is all the time. He's always trying to be in the headlines. He's always trying to like say something that's wild after his fights, win or lose. He's always trying to like, do like if we're all going left, he's going right, not because he's just like he's doing it because he's purposely trying to be in the news and be in the headlines and being popularizing himself, and it's worked because he does shit like this and he goes viral and it blows up and we put him on
I don't know if he's irrelevant though. He's the main fighter this weekend. I don't think he's irrelevant.
I'm saying you asked my opinion. I'm saying you asked me my opinion. I'm not saying he's literally irrelevant. Fans is fans. I'm saying he's not nobody that we really out here just like, oh fuck. Like he's a good fighter. I watch UFC. He's a good fighter for sure. He's one of the guys. I'm just saying when it comes to all the extra shit outside of the ring, I'm saying he's irrelevant in that sense, in my opinion, because he's always doing stuff specifically to just make a headline. Like this, trust me, this is if you watch UFC, you guys know this guy. He's always, I think somebody in chat said Kobe's a WWE character. That's the best example to describe this guy. And that's why I said he's irrelevant outside the ring. In the ring, he know what he's doing in the ring. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't know who he is. I don't give a fuck either way. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I wish.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm just giving you. Yeah, I'm just giving you my.
No, I know. I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't really give a fuck either way. Both guys are irrelevant to me. Just keep it real. Like both of them motherfuckers are relevant to me. But I'm just trying to say, like, I just think that Cat's being able to make the money and earn the money that he has earned. He earned it. He's a freak of nature, touched by the gods, all that shit. I just think we should pay homage to the country allowing us to do it. Like, this ain't the first time that the Cat has said some shit about this country, Brittany Griner. Like, he's gone on some different things on some ends that I'm like, you're in the country.
To that, I mean, let's bring it up. I mean, and maybe it's a culture thing. And again, like I said, if I'm at an event and the anthem comes on, I always stand up. I always show respect. I do that. That's who I am. That's what I do. But if I'm being real, like, do I personally just care so much about the anthem? No, I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be real. Some people do, and I respect that because again, I understand the military background. It gets deep. So again, I'm not trying to offend nobody. I get it. I'm just saying on my end, it's not like I listen to that anthem and I just like start to tear up and just I'm so thankful to just be here. No, I don't. I just do it out of respect. Like that's literally the only. Like I was raised a certain way. I just do certain things.
And that's saying enough to me. You're saying enough to me. Like, you were raised that way.
But I think we also, I think we put too much to the anthem, though. We have
the anthem, God.
And all for the anthem, you're just like it ain't like, bro.
You cutting out. You cutting out bad.
There's a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of reasons, especially for Black people specifically, why a lot of us think the certain way that we do. And again, you're right.
I know a lot
America
of
is giving us the freedom. Opposite. You said what?
No, but I know a lot of brothers that think total opposite. That'll stand there like a military. Again, your family is certain age groups, and that's why I started the show with. You don't have any affiliation with the wars that we've fought. Like your family don't have your mom or dad probably wasn't associated directly with a World War II or you guys are younger. So I believe there is a disconnect with the age groups that have now broken off that don't know anything. It'll happen again though. once we go to war again, it'll all change. Everybody now will be looking at the guys that went to war and be asking those questions and saying, oh, that's why we do stand, because these cats are defending what you're talking about right now. Like, everyone that talks about the country and all this shit is like, it's crazy to me because like none of y'all would go to another country and live though. Like, I'm trying to figure out. Like,
I don't like that narrative either, though. Like, go to China and go leave. Well, motherfucker, like this is all I know. So, like, this is what I know. Like, you know what I'm saying? The grass, yeah, you're right. On one end, the grass ain't always greener, but at the same time, like this, like, yeah, I'm not gonna leave and go to another country and learn a new language. Like, that's absurd. That's a whole. But that doesn't take away from the fucked up shit that America has done and that we're doing. Like, two things can be true. I always say that. Like, just because I live here and I'm not gonna take my whole family, find a job, learn a new language, and leave, doesn't mean that America is just fucking flawless. Like, why is it so? Why are we so scared to just admit that America has done and still currently does a lot of fucked up shit? It doesn't mean that other countries don't do it.
It's always been that way.
But America does do some fucked up
right now it's the worst it's ever been.
People. So if black people, if they feel a certain type of way about it, I can't be mad about that. I'm not as emotional as some of my other brothers and sisters are when it comes to it, because I look at life from an optimistic view. So I always find a way to say the glass is half full and not half empty. But there's other people who look at life from a realist standpoint, and the way they look at it is just facts and yeah, just facts. And it's like, this is what happened. This is what America has done, and this is the position that people are in, and like, this is just what it is. So it's hard for them to feel so happy and just about the country and stand up for the anthem when they think about the totality of what's currently going on, what used to go on. And people always say, well, that shit happened years ago, forget it, move on. It sounds good. I hear you. A part of me, I feel you on that. But on the other side, it's like, well, shit, I mean, if somebody did some fucked up shit to you on any level, are you gonna forget about it? Nah, I know I'm not. So everybody has their own reasons of thinking about.
Yeah, but I get into it with my homies. I get in deep with my homies, or all brothers. I get into it deep with some of my black homies, and my black homies bring up shit that no other brothers want to bring up. Like, why don't you go to Somalia then, homie? Why don't you go to Africa? No, these are brothers telling me this. They're telling me.
I wish they were on the show right now.
They're telling other brothers that Africans are killing y'all more than whites, homie. What are you talking about? But we don't want to face that music. Y'all won't go to Africa. Everybody I know, every hood homie I know who says African American will sit up here and tell you, motherfucker, you ain't never even been close to Africa and you don't want to go to Africa. But yet no one wants to say the real.
Well, what does that have to do with what does that mean though? Like, what does that even mean? What does that mean? Like, okay, I'm from America. Like, this is where I'm from.
What I'm saying is, you're saying that America's treated your ancestry fucked up, which they have. We all agree.
It's a fact. It's not like an opinion. That's what the fuck. Like, I'm not talking about the slavery. I'm talking about fucking Jim Crow. I'm talking about fucking beyond Jim. I'm talking about today when like you just said, his homie got pulled over by driving while black. That's a real thing. Like, that just is what it is.
Africa's been worse forever. What do you mean?
Okay, but what is your point? You're saying because another country or continent is worse, then we should just take this shit? Be happy. No, it's still fucked up.
You're missing the point. I'm saying your own folks have been worse to you. What do you mean? That's my point. That is a bunch of black people's points too. But we don't want to talk about it. We just want to skip right over it because where we live is where we're comfortable, right? You said it.
This is where we're at. This is what we know.
Exactly.
Like, you always say, why am I doing fuck about other countries and shit when I ain't over there?
Africa's 20,000 times worse, homie. Y'all ain't going to Africa. Keep it 100.
I don't know. I got some African homies, and we always on one side that there are parts of Africa that's fucked up. There's other parts of Africa that's fucking beautiful and they live in luxurious. And I know that for a fact.
But listen,
I know that for a fact.
Let's be real, though. We want to bring up all this shit about the land we're in and on and all this shit. Like, the bottom line is, you don't have to, like, I've been on the show. I'm not going to be hypocritical. I've come on the show and said, I am proud to be American.
There you go.
But I'm not proud to be in America.
Thank you. And you've said that numerous times.
That doesn't mean I'm leaving Africa. That doesn't mean I'm going to Russia. That doesn't mean anything. All I'm telling you is the fact of I'm not proud to be in this country right now because of our leadership, because of how we do our own taxes, fucking inflation, how the government is shady, our own government. Dog, American government is the worst of any other government.
Exactly.
But still, having said that, homie, we got to still respect the land that allows us to at least finagle
But I'm saying all
shot.
that shit you just said is the same way black people feel, and then on top of that, add racism. On top of all that shit, everything you just said, but then the racist shit that white people don't have to deal with. That's cool. That's cool, y'all.
It goes both ways, though. Like, let me ask you: at what point? So here's the thing about it: like, you either change it, come up with a solution, or you're just part of the problem, right? We've been talking about this problem for a while. You're either the part of the problem or the solution, right? At what point do you say, because there's racism both ways, by the way, and it's probably bigger than it's ever been because of our current leadership, in my opinion. I don't think it's ever been as bad as it is right now, both ways, both sides, because I think everyone that are brothers are worried about the white folks turning on them so quickly because of the government side. Then I think white folks are now getting bombarded by the young kids out here robbing and stealing, that they're like, oh shit, they're racist. Not really, you're just in the way. Here's the issue I have though, like, and we'll move on. This ain't a political show, but this is why we're the realest show. A white dude and a black dude could talk about this, and everybody out here can listen. You don't have to agree or not agree, but this is at least the only show that will bring the shit up. No one else is gonna bring it up. Here's my issue though. Like, at what point do y'all get past it? And I say y'all, and I say us, because I've been in it my whole life. And I talk to folks about this every day. Like, at what point are we going to start teaching the youth, our youth, especially our inner city youth, that, hey, dog, we have an opportunity now, your age, your group, whether we're always going to have racism, underlying, in your face, whatever it may be, both sides always, if Asian, black, brown. When are we going to say, hey, dog, we got to stop being a victim and get over it and start getting better, start being better? We got to teach our young, hey, dog, this happened way back. Yep. We got to become better now. We have an opportunity. There's more black billionaires than ever before on planet Earth. Yep. There's an opportunity. But now, when do we get past it is what I'm saying. And
that's the side that I'm with you. And I have these debates even at home with friends, everything, because I don't live my life with a victimhood mentality. I live my life, like you said.
I know you don't.
Chance now. Back in the days, I could argue that our people didn't even have an opportunity. We do have a chance now. Do I think it's just fucking equal 50-50? Hell no, I don't. But we have enough of opportunity to where if you make the right moves, you finagle, you hustle the right way, you can make a life out of yourself as a black man. I'm a guy myself from the bottom who, again, I'm not at the top right now, but I live a pretty damn good life out here in Los Angeles. And that's because of the work, my faith, my networking, my everything that I did to get to this point. So you are 100% right. There's no way to grow by having a victimhood mentality, because you're always going to just make an excuse for why you are in your situation. But two things can be true. I love saying that because it really is a fact. I think you can live your life in a faith-based mindset, in a solution-based mindset, while still acknowledging and still understanding why certain things are the way that they are. We can't just ignore history just because we're uncomfortable with it and we want to say, oh, it happened 200 years ago, get over it, fuck it. No, because if you really break it down and go step by step, certain shit is and was the way that it was because of the certain steps from slavery to Jim Crow to this to redlining. Motherfuckers literally could not buy houses in certain neighborhoods. Like we literally couldn't. So I'm saying there's certain things that were done to set us up for failure. But with that being said, what are you going to do about it now? With the
everybody's in here asking
and I'm with you right now. You got to fucking figure it out.
And everybody's in here asking about Jews. When did they get over it? I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just sorry. Like, there's Americans that are American born and raised, and then there's obviously people from other countries who aren't, that move here and migrate here and are immigrants here. So they come here. We have 50,000 at the border trying to get on a train to come into this country. I don't see 50,000 Americans trying to go to fucking Iraq. So here's the thing I'm trying to make. My point is, though, I don't care about the Middle East and all these fucking issues. They've killed more people than black genocide. The Middle Eastern and the Holy Quran and all these other people have killed more of their own than the so-called black genocide and all the other things we want to talk about, the stereotypes that black on black crimes. We don't ever talk about the Middle East and these Hamas, the Palestinians. They've been at their fucking each other's necks for thousands of years. And I'm worried about my own. I'm worried about my own fucking house and on my own land and my own homies and my brothers in Skid Row and my homies that can't get a job and all of my own Americans. I don't know why we're so worried about other motherfuckers that have never been a part of this country. Like, I'm tripping on how we're trying to help Ukraine and the Palestinians and the Iranians and the Hamas. I don't know anything about it, Big Smitty, and I'm not going to sound ignorant and act as if I do, because I don't. I don't know shit about the Middle East and all that shit. All I know is it don't affect me until it affects me. I've seen homies and brothers and hood cats be affected, and it affects me. That other shit don't affect me. So I'm really not fucking interested in it. And I'm tired of seeing it because yesterday, when I go pick up this car that was, basically a gift, there was a 2-hour delay on the freeway for the owner of the business because LA, Hamas and Palestinian and all that beef is coming over to our country and our cities and our streets and stopped the freeway with 2 bus loads of kids on it.
I saw it.
And they shut down the 110 to 405, 2 hours. See, at some point, homie, I am running you over.
JB, I saw that. Not to cut you off, because I was so happy that I do not live downtown no more, because that would have affected me directly. I would have been late to work. I would have probably missed the shuttle. Like, it would have fucked me up. It was like I saw that on the news. I was like, oh my God, thank God I'm not downtown no more. That's wild. That's wild, man. Like, I'm not diving into the beliefs that, because like you said, I don't know why. I don't understand that part. But you fucking standing in the middle of the highway ain't solving the problems over there. They're not gonna be like, you know what? I'm done. I'm ceasing fire. You guys sat in the highway for 2 hours. We can't go to work. You know what? Fuck it. We're done. You're right. You won. Come on, bro. That's not gonna solve it. So, yeah, man. I don't know.
I would have ran the motherfuckers over, especially if my babies or my kids or the homies' kids, whatever, are in those buses, and I don't know what you're about to do to these buses with these babies on it. I'm running you over. Fuck that. I'm trying to figure out when these motherfuckers are going to feel safe standing on a freeway to stop traffic. I want to know when that's going to happen.
Yeah, shit, wow.
Why motherfucker don't run them over? I don't know. Somebody got ran over yesterday, though, somewhere else. I saw that. Somebody got ran over. Let's go to some white people shit real quick before we do some hell yes, hell no's. Yeah, we don't get political and all that shit, but at least we're willing to talk about it.
Keep it real though, JB. Hey, we didn't win. We didn't win. The flag, racism, Hamas, AE, bondage, college football, NFL. Smitty computer messed up for 30 minutes and came on the show late. Mint Mobile. It's been all type of shit going on today. It's been a loaded show.
Let me ask you. There's a viral video of Cuomo?
Yeah, Cuomo. Yeah. CUOMO. Yeah.
A girl with Tourette's, apparently with Tourette's, is viral. She has Tourette's, and she came on his show, Cuomo, and he did an interview, and basically he called her fake. He's thinking it's fake. Other people saying that she's fake. I tweeted out she was fake. My mom deals with this as a doctor. Can't wait to talk to Jesse Morse about it. There were some things I saw that it's a bad situation. I know what Tourette's is. I have family members that have it directly. And there's certain things you cannot avoid with having Tourette's. Number one, certain things. One of them is clearing your throat. It has to happen. That is the number one thing in Tourette's. Another thing is blinking. This girl was doing some crazy shit, and apparently she has a TikTok. Everyone thinks it's hilarious, by the way. If it's so hilarious, then it ain't really a fucking issue. Because I know people that have Tourette's that is a real fucking issue that's causing their worlds to be fucked over. Like, it's a horrible life they live. This girl came out and was saying, you know, flipping them off, fuck you, all this cussing and shit that people think that Tourette's, you have to cuss. No, you don't. Like, shit's crazy to me. But apparently, like, I've seen a lot of people come out now and are starting to call her out. Apparently, one of her high school friends come out and said she's lying and fake. I came out and said it was fake. I think she's faking. And I got blasted on Twitter, of course. Everyone that knows so much about it, even though my mom studies the shit for her life. What do you think about this broad that's come out with this Tourette thing? And Como laughing during the interview, do you think that was foul or real?
When I was first introduced to Balin, I thought she was just a great comedic actor.
He thought she's a comedic actor, blah, blah, blah.
I'm sorry, do you mind repeating the question? Ooh, fuck off.
What do you want people to learn?
I want people to learn that Tourette's is a neurological involuntary motor and vocal disorder. Fuck off, fuck off, fuck off. I don't tick 24/7, and there's a lot of little baby weenies, fuck off. Fuck you, Chris. There's a lot of things that people don't understand. Like, people think that cussing is with everyone who has Tourette syndrome, but it's only in 10% of people with Tourette's.
And how has it been as you've gotten more famous? Do you believe that people are understanding better, or are they dopes like me who think you're acting?
I say it's the same. I think there's a lot more people that don't understand what Tourette's is, and they like to educate themselves more.
Give me your take, man.
All right, so let me lead with this. First of all, I have zero education or knowledge on what a real person with Tourette's is versus fake. JB obviously has a little bit of knowledge because his mom deals with it, so I'm gonna lean on his expertise. But I'm gonna say the cussing part of like "fuck you, Chris," and like she was saying some like jokey type stuff. I just don't know that part felt phony. Like if I tell you, if I was on a lie detector test right now and my life was on the line and they had to ask me what's my initial opinion, I would say I think that's fake only because of the specific things that she was saying. Like she's if she is fake, she's a hell of an actor. I think that she's keeping her a serious face on the entire time. She, a lot of it at first looked like it could be real, but once I heard what she was actually saying, like "fuck you, Chris," like I don't know. And again, this is me being I am ignorant to this type of condition, so I am admitting that. But specifically, what she was saying made me kind of hesitant. And then the fact that she's TikTok famous, that always makes me kind of lean like is this some serious stuff, or is are you trying to monetize off this? You know what I'm saying? So it is always, anytime money's involved or like popularity is involved based around your condition, it makes me hesitant. So that's just my initial I guess take on it.
Yeah, I watched it several times because I was trying to be like, everyone's different and shit, but she don't clear her throat one time. Tourette's is a neurological order which makes you grasp and breathe. You have to breathe by. I'm looking at her. She don't really inhale for breath. She don't clear her throat at all. Not one time has she. That's the number one thing Tourette's people have. I don't know. And I don't know why he put him on. Why did he put her on?
That's my question. Why she like, ain't he like a politician? Not like he talks about politics like that. And like, why is she on there? If you thought she was fake, you're giving her more.
Mental health is a big thing right now, and it's a good look for him.
But he thinks, but no, it ain't a good look because he said, I think you're fake. So if you think she's fake, you're highlighting her brand even more by bringing her on your fucking show. So what are you really doing, Como? No Como. Like they say in the hood, no Como. So like I don't know, man. The whole situation is crazy. I wouldn't bring her on the show for what? For what?
I don't know. Apparently she's been on TikTok. She's big. She's huge because again, you do some crazy.
We doing something wrong, JB. We doing something wrong, bro. Motherfuckers selling a bath water with cereal milk. Motherfuckers faking Tourette's, or maybe she got it for real. Either way, like you're getting rich off a condition. Motherfuckers is it's all types of stuff going on, man.
Joe Biden is going to be impeached. Apparently, that's something going on. And
our last two presidents have been impeached. This is a bad look. Like, no matter what side you're on, red, blue, green, orange.
We're a laughing stock. I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm embarrassed. That's why I said I'm embarrassed to be an American because of fucking what we go through and what we are. We're a laughing stock. I'm going to be real. We are a fucking laughing stock.
JB, right? Can you run for president or what?
Fuck, I wish. Here's some white people shit. Internet's undefeated.
That music gonna get us flagged. Hey, when I first looked, I thought it was real. I had to lean in real close to see the Photoshop face. That's
Internet's undefeated, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, you usually get 15 seconds, so we shouldn't get hit on that. That shit is crazy as fuck. Charleston White got jumped the other day at his comedic event. Now I'm hearing it's fake.
Nah, it's real. I think he came out afterwards though. Was like,
nigga,
your face
nigga, you got your arm around the nigga like y'all go together. Yeah, if y'all nephew and uncle. So his woman come out of nowhere, big old bitch, come sit on that nigga lap. I'm in woman. I'm with him. So I said, oh baby, you might need to watch nephew and uncle. They might be sneaking and fucking each other. Boy, that nigga got mad and jumped up. Oh, yeah, nah, Michael Jordan, tennis shoe wearing, yeah, nigga. So now he's standing up making threats. In the state of Texas, you can't threaten people. You surely can't threaten bodily harm and bodily harm that may could cause injury or maybe even death because of your body size. You're a big guy standing up making those threats. So he come a little closer to the stage. I'm saying to myself, well, ain't nobody go get him, but I'm not saying it out loud. Because guess what? He wants some clout, and I want some too. He don't know, nigga. I'm a clout chaser too now.
He got
it was real. It was real, dude. I saw it was real.
No marks on his face or nothing. He didn't really must have not got caught.
Most of us can't fight.
I thought he got caught, but I guess he didn't. I don't know.
He just fell and dug on top on, and people came through and separated it. He ended up getting the money and left and ran, and people just fake, man.
Let's finish the show with hell yeah, hell no, man. I got a few. Shout out to Roy in the chat.
Big Roy. Roy be sending me 13 videos per day. Shout out to Roy, man. Looking us up.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, hell no. Let's get this going. There's a new release coming out, Big Smitty, and I'm a huge fan of this particular series of shows. For all the parents out there, have you watched Candy Cane Lane on Netflix? Eddie Murphy. Christmas movie. It's kind of like for the kids. Kind of like no cussing. It's like
is it good?
It's pretty good for a little kid movie. I watch it with an AE, but let me ask you. One of my favorite movies of all time is coming back out. Another one after many years. It's coming out. Beverly Hills Cop 4.
You for real?
Yeah, it's coming out on Netflix on next summer.
Hold on. With Eddie, right? No replacement.
With Eddie.
Man, I love Beverly Hills Cop. I just watched the second one again literally like last week. It's on I think HBO Max or Star Wars.
The third one's horrible. The third one's fucking horrible.
I watched the second one, yeah, but I
like all of them. No. You will watch Beverly Hills Cop 4 the same day it drops on Netflix. Hell yeah, hell no.
Ooh, do it drop on a Saturday? Like, do we know the exact date?
It's coming out in the summer.
I'll be busy in the summer. I'm gonna say hell no.
Be busy.
Cause I be having shit going on. I be making money. I be making play. I be driving around. I be doing that. So I probably hell no on the actual day it comes out. But hell yeah, I'm definitely watching it for sure. Maybe the next week, the next day. I can't make a promise that the first day it drops, I'm gonna be on there watching. I don't know. I got shit to do, So
hell yeah, hell nah. Now that you see what the portal is, Big Smitty, hell yeah, hell nah. You would agree to ban transfers or sit out an entire year. Hell yeah, hell nah. You're the commissioner. You would agree to ban the transfer portal or mandatory sit out a year. Hell yeah, hell no. Now that you know what it is, don't forget it's a loaded hell yeah, hell no.
Super loaded.
You know what it is.
I'm gonna say hell yeah to the 1 year sit out, not the ban. 1 year sit out. Let's go back to the way it was when I played ball, and I think that will limit the. I know for a fact it will limit the amount of transfers in the portal each year. If a kid knows they got to sit out, they gotta really consider this is the move that they want to make, because you're literally missing an entire year of football, and you got to really love football to be willing to sit out a year in order to go to another school. So I'm gonna say hell yeah to that side. Don't ban it, because there's reasons for kids to transfer, whether it's family related, whether it's I'm not playing related, coaches change things like that. But sitting out a year, I think is a good system. And the only caveat I would make, and I don't know if there's a way to do it, but if I was commissioner, I would do it this way. If your head coach leaves, you can transfer and play right away. That's my only caveat.
I've always said that, though. See, people always say no, I've always said if a head coach leaves, you should be able to transfer. To me, that's the dumbest shit ever, especially now in the NIL era. Why would that not be? You're allowing 2-time transfers not sit out. Why the fuck would you not allow them to transfer right away if their head coach, like Manny Diaz, left Temple after signing period, literally was there 2 months left to Miami? Why wouldn't those kids be able to leave? Right. They might not be Miami caliber kids, but they should be able to go somewhere else. So I've always been on that tip, but I'm not on the tip of transferring every single fucking semester. That's the shit I'm against. Hell yeah, hell nah. Giannis over Luka.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I love Luka. Luka's a baller, but you can't teach 6'11", 7 foot. You can't teach that. You can't teach one dribble past half court and I'm already dunking on you. You can't teach that length. And Giannis does it on both ends of the floor. He's one of the best defenders in the league when he locks in, and he's one of the best offensive players, most dominant players on the offensive side as well. And he got one of these, JB. He got some jewelry now. He got some jewelry now. You know, when you get jewelry, it's a little different. You know, it's just a little different. Now I don't wear this because we lost, but I keep it because it's a memory of our amazing season. And again, it's about the road travel, and Ball State barely goes to bowl games in our history. So for us, being 10-2 and then we were 9-3 back-to-back years, going to a bowl game was a huge accomplishment for our program. I never wear it because we lost, and I'm a winner, but I keep it and I cherish it because of the historical season we had for that university and my teammates and my brothers who I sweated, I grind, I bled, I did all that with. And that's why. And it's a dope ring, too. I ain't going to hold you. Just a dope ring, gang. Don't look good? See that crown on the front?
I would have threw that motherfucker away. I remember when trophies used to be handed out to the winner. That's crazy. Imagine me wearing a ring that I lost.
I just said I don't wear it, JB. Golly, God damn.
No, I know you said. I'm just saying I could never do it. I would have got rid of that motherfucker. I would have threw that motherfucker.
Hey, I did win this one, though. High school, dub. See, you see that W right there?
High school don't count.
I see. Hey, what that say?
Don't count.
What that say, JB? What that say, Smith?
Know, like 2018 graduate.
Oh, 9, look, 13-2, 5'8".
9.
Yeah, I'm old now. I'm old school.
You lost 2 games in the state of Indiana and think you can come to the California and beat our best?
This was my sophomore year, JB. I was I played a little bit late in the games, but I dressed varsity, but I wasn't a starter this year.
I'm like a backpedaling, making excuses like
nah. Indiana got crazy football. We got you JB. This is how I know you are ignorant to Indiana football, meaning you don't have the knowledge of Indiana football. You really don't. Like,
I've recruited it for dogs in Indiana, I got bro. Many players from Naptown specifically. I recruited this shit out of Naptown.
But you ain't getting none of them, so you don't know. That's why you don't like them.
Trust me.
You ain't never had one Indianapolis football player on your team.
I've had some ballers from Ben Davis. I've had some Warren Central kids.
I've
had some ballers. Don't get it twisted. But to compare them to what we do, come on, homie. Miss me. Hell yeah, hell nah. UCLA beats Boise State Saturday in the fucking no-name bowl.
UCLA, hell yeah. They gonna win that game. I got it.
My boy Dave Bone, shout out, who's cut my hair on Netflix. He's out there cutting all the hair at the Marriott at Westwood. He's cutting all the hair in Hollywood right now at the hotel they're at, getting ready for the game. He's cutting all the kids' heads. All the kids know Dave. He's one of the best known, well-known barber. He cuts like Joseph Adai. A lot of NFL guys come see Dave. NBA guys see Dave. Bone, my boy Bone. He's well known.
Boom.
He cuts heads. He cuts heads. Best barber in the country.
That's Bone Thug. That's before your time, JB.
It is. Man, it's been a great Thursday. It is T-Rich Thursday. So pound the like, subscribe, become a member. They said Joe Biden walked around the White House butt naked on dope.
Hey, hold on. I can see that though. That's why it's funny.
Alex Jones, that white boy Alex Jones, he be coming out with some shit. They say he's like Nostradamus. That motherfucker been saying shit for years that's been true. And they say that motherfucker got some insight that Joe Biden walk around butt naked on dope.
Confused as fuck. Hey,
we got the white people shit before as we leave, we'll leave you with this.
Cocaine out here.
So I thought this was all you could eat. They kept bringing food, and I kept accepting it. This is black people shit all day long. And see, this gives me titty bar vibes, homie. My homeboy, who was just straight ignorant, he was a major trigger man though in the hood. I'll just tell you like that. We were at titty bar getting dances. This motherfucker thought it was unlimited dances for $10. This motherfucker almost got us all fucking kicked out. This motherfucker had like 100 dances, homie. The broad was almost dumber than him, though. She was like, oh, well, just give me $50. Homie, this cat was on her for an hour. But anyway.
Motherfucker at the titty bar thought he had to buy one, get one free.
Man, this motherfucker is slow. He got hit too many times in the head, dog.
The motherfucker said unlimited dance for $10. Where they do that at?
I don't know. This motherfucker is sitting there. Look at all that food, homie.
He about to cut out.
We got some white people.
I am
shit right
literally freaking out right now. I have no idea how this possum got in my house and up into my tree. And I'm trying to get him out, but it will not let me. And I just don't know what to do. I don't know how it got in here. I don't leave my doors open. Somebody help.
Somebody help me.
You're like a demon. What would you do?
Man, figure it out, bitch. I'm so tired. Somebody help me. That's white people shit 101. I'm tired of fuck. Always need a handout. Always need help.
I'm gonna be real. I don't know what I would do though. I'm gonna be real. I literally don't know what I would, because I'm not touching that.
Jada said that's her pet. I bet you it is her pet. That's another clickbait ass video, homie.
Yep. But look at that thing. Don't it look evil though?
Is it fake?
No, that's real. It blinks, motherfucker. It's real.
Hey, possums are an evil motherfucker anyway, though.
Yeah, is that a possum right there? I got a big old window. My blinds are closed, but I can kind of also bird. Okay. I saw something crawling on the roof. Is it roof or is it roof?
You say roof, probably. I don't know.
What you say? What you say?
I say the ceiling.
I say this: Mint Mobile is the place to be. $15 plan, $30 plan. We had 5 people join. We need 995 more people to switch over to Mint Mobile, and we're gonna have a studio. Brandon Wiley, you my brother. Let's say this money. We from the same city. We from the hood. Switch over to Mint Mobile, man. Get you a $30 plan, unlimited everything. You could talk in Mexico. You could talk in Canada. You'll have an opportunity to meet Ryan Reynolds, opportunity to meet myself and JB when we do our nice little setup and our meet and greet. And we throw in an exclusive Super Bowl party that everybody who switches over will have an opportunity to pull up to the party, have drinks with JB, ask him any questions, talk to me, go one-on-one with me. All you got to do is switch over or get you a burner phone. Mint Mobile, the link is right there in the chat. Do it right now. Do it right now. And we're going to make it happen, y'all. D. Jones, you can talk in Africa, but you ain't taking your ass to Africa. So why you asking questions that don't relate to you? Stay your ass in Jacksonville and miss the playoffs.
Who winning tonight?
I forgot what's game tonight. Fuck.
You don't even care.
No, because what Keenan Allen ain't playing. Fucking Herbert are out. Brandon Staley about to get fired. Like,
hey, that's how bad football is. Nobody even care about tonight's game. We haven't talked. Nobody's even mentioned tonight's game, by the way.
I mean, I hope the Raiders win because I fuck with AP. You know what I mean, and the culture. But Raiders played probably arguably the worst game of football all year last week. It was 3-0. They lost against the Vikings. Couldn't put up a point. You know, I was at an event yesterday with some rugby players, some of the biggest rugby players in Australia, and it's huge out there. But they're out here trying to promote their league because they're bringing their games to Vegas. I think this next year is going to be big. So anyway, I was at a little private event. I was talking to these guys, and they were like, "Yeah, mate, I went to my first NFL game in Vegas this last week, and it was 3-0." I'm like, I said, bro, do not let that define football. I hate that was your first experience. They're going to the Rams game this Sunday against the Commanders. I said that should be a better game. The Rams is a good team. Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp. But I'm like, man, the Raiders, man, as much as I love AP and what he's doing, he needs some help. I'm not saying it's him. That Raiders team ain't it. He needs help. Crosby needs help. So, but with that being said, I'm gonna pick the Raiders by default because the Chargers they tapped out. Herbert's done. Keenan out. Staley know he getting fired. So
it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Chargers have become a bust. It's crazy. I can't wait to see these playoff. Who's going to make it and who's not. It's going to be interesting to say the least. But it is what it is. Pound the like, subscribe, become a member if you're not one. We'll see you tomorrow. It's free game Friday, fearless Friday, fired up Friday. We got all the F's. It is Friday, a day before the weekend. It's the day before the day. Football Palooza. Big Smitty get ball gagged and tied up, choked. What a show, man. I'm going back in time and looking at all we talked about today. It's fucking unbelievable. Pound the likes. We'll be covering the XFL, the USFL. We may be at some games. We may have some players on. We may do all kind of shit. I got a new whip.
I can't wait to see that. I might pull up so my boy F.A., who you met and talked to, he's flying in tonight to L.A. His birthday's Monday, turning 30. He lives in Michigan, but he ain't got a lot of homeboys in Michigan. So he's flying out. Myself, my other homeboy, Jack, we're going to be just in the city, in the streets. I might pull up on you out of nowhere, is all I'm saying. I might not even tell you. I might just pull up to your crib. So just be home all weekend and just be ready in the event that I pull up.
Cats that just pull up get smoked around here. I don't know.
It's me, though, JB. It's your boy.
It don't matter. I turn my lights off. I turn my eyes off. I just shoot anything come in the door.
Look, JB be like,
yeah, you don't just come around here unannounced. Shit.
Like this. Oh, Big Smitty? Oh, fuck.
Let F.A. in and let Ash let Ash come meet him first.
Ash gonna eat that motherfucker. F.A. 6'4" too. He gonna see a 6'4" Nigerian cat walk in, unfamiliar. But I'm gonna go in first because Ash love me, man. Ash is like my best friend. He a little too big. He be jumping, he be slobbing all my clothes be fucked when I leave your house. Slobber all over, piss, shit, all over my clothes. But I love Ash though. He good people. Eddie, hold on, is that Eddie in the picture?
I don't know.
It might be a young Eddie. It might be high school Eddie.
Eddie got some shit going on. Eddie be on some shit. I don't know about Eddie, homie. I don't know about Eddie. Eddie got some shit. He's stuck on Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott, we started this poll question. Is he the MVP, Smitty? You missed all that because you was stuck and getting shit, sandwiches and shit.
I had a flat tire this morning. I
apologize,
dog. Never happen again.
Watched, Bad Santa last night. Best movie of all time, Bad Santa. And
of all time.
Sandwiches, man. Oh yeah, Bad Santa is the funniest movie of all
time ever.
Yeah, Bad Santa is unbelievable. You can't make Bad Santa no more. You can't even make the movie no more. Hey, how do you make movies nowadays? You can't make movies no more unless you're so restricted on how to make a movie. You can't even make a movie no more. You can't say certain words. You can't talk about certain things. It's not even fun no more. I just rewatch Old movies.
I don't think Bad Santa funny as hell. I don't know if it's the funniest movie ever though. I have to really
Bad
like
Santa and Tropical Thunder, the two best, funniest movies of all time.
Tropical Thunder funny as hell. It's a lot of movies though. I'm trying to think back too to like.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, see, even Bruce Willis said it's not. So
it's not a Christmas movie in the sense that they're not celebrating the holidays, but like it comes out, it's popularized around Christmas every fucking like, you know what I mean? Like it's a Christmas
who
movie.
has more people that died? Friday's series, the Friday movies, or Bad Santa? Because everybody in Bad Santa is damn near dead, and everybody in all the Fridays is damn near dead. So you know how many people in Friday series are dead, homie?
A lot of them. Witherspoon, Debo,
AJ,
yeah,
the broad that was supposed to be Janet Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
She did. Fuck, homie. A gang of them.
That's why we gotta live life to the fullest, JB. That's all my culture brand is live for the day.
Green Mile dead.
Yeah.
Remember, he was in the first one when he knocked him out, when Debo knocked him out.
Yeah.
Green Mile. Michael Clark Duncan. He did.
Remember, he grabbed the balls in Green Mile and in the legendary movie right there.
Everybody, dog. Everybody's dead. Like, what's her name dead too? One of the other comedian females in that movie's dead. Miss Park. No, not Miss Parker's alive. Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
Everybody, dog. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. That's your age group, JB. So that's what I said. Stop smoking so much. Stop drinking so much, man. I need you, JB. The world needs you. Your fans need you. We need JB to be here for a long. We need you for 25, 30 more years at least. So I need you to drink water, work out, bench press, bro. We can't do this show without you, JB. Is that water?
Water with some yak. All right, pound the like, man. We're out of here. We'll see you tomorrow.
Ace Ventura is the top 5 funny movie of all time, too, with Jim Carrey, by the way. Ace Ventura is hilarious.
I thought it was corny.
Oh, man. All right, y'all. I'm out.
That's white people shit. Motherfucker, white people shit like a motherfucker. We're out of here. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
Missing, we switched it and filled the gap. Smitty and Jason Brown, we killed it, yeah, it's a wrap. We want the games we missing, we switched it and filled the gap.
You are now tuned in to the Coach JB